And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment channel. It is your boy Retro CG in the building today, joined by the beautiful and desirable Miss Honey. She's so funny. I got my brother, Mr. Juggernaut of Souls, in the building. Mr. Jack and Jordan in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
And we should be joined by our girl, Miss Really B TV. She's driving in, so she'll pop in on us in a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and hit you guys with that intro, and we'll be back to talk about Power Book 3, Season 2, Raising Kanan, Episode 208, A House is Not a Home.
First off, smash that like button when you come into the chat, and man, y'all get ready for a show because this one was banging as usual.
And welcome back, everyone. So, episode 208, House is Not a Home. What did you guys think about the episode?
Man, I mean, I liked it, man. I liked it. I did have a little bit of hiccup this morning when I called you and was like, wait a minute. Bro, my episode 8 ain't showing up. You said, mine wasn't either. So I had to, go find it. And sure enough, it was there on Stars. I went Stars standalone instead of doing my Stars through my Prime Video. Man, this video was, this episode was, man, it was very, 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 very good, man. I mean, I wanted some things to happen that didn't happen, but we'll get to that as we go through the scenes because I'm sure you're going to touch bases on that. But to me, it was dope. What you think? What y'all think, team?
I liked it. I think it was an incredible episode. It probably was one of the best episodes.
I thought it was good. So, Aiden, I'm still feeling the show.
Welcome, supporting game.
And we had some of our feast or predictions kind of fell through, so that was pretty good just to see that there's still so much more to say, even though some of the things we thought were going on I don't think are going on now. It still could be so much more still going on with these characters, so I thought it was a good episode.
What's good, CJ?
Yeah.
Appreciate you sliding in.
I thought it was a good episode as well. Probably one of the better episodes of the season. I know a lot of people have had a lot of critics or a lot of comments in regards to the fact that the pacing of the season has been kind of slow. But I think the pacing is right where we need to be for the stories that they've been telling this season. So the episode starts off with Dominic, who somehow, some way made his way off of the chicken coop and found his way to the streets to get to a hospital. A lot of walking he's been doing, bleeding out.
Man, all that walking he was doing, he should have been bled out.
I know.
Man, that wound is one of the worst wounds.
He didn't walk down the street. He was bleeding, blood pouring out the wound, and he's still just.
I'm a wet fanatic. A gut wound is one of the wounds you could ever have. It's hella painful, and it constantly with stopping. Like, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to do it.
Yeah, somehow, some way he made it.
Yeah. What did JLJ say about the episode?
It was one of the better episodes of the season. If you ask me, it was probably either one or two, somewhere in there. I think a lot that we predicted unfolded in this episode. I think it was great. I think it might be, to me, it might be the best episode of the season. Honestly.
I agree.
Yeah, it was definitely a fire episode, for real.
Okay, so this is what I want to know. I know you got a plan, Retro, but I just want to ask real quick. What was you guys' favorite scene? Because for me, it was the Marvin Unique scene. Like, was like, they need to get Unique his own show. Like, this dude is, I mean, he's dramatic, he's climactic, like the way he slow burn in this episode, it grilled him slowly. It was so good. The way they bounced off each other was really good.
Yeah.
Joey Badass does thing.
I gotta say, my favorite part of it was, me being a girl dad, was Marvin pulling up on Kenya. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, I was like, that's something I would have did.
Marvin and Kenya?
Yeah, when Marvin pulled up on Kenya when he had Juke in the car with him. I got to say, me being a girl dad, that was like one of my favorite scenes right there.
That was actually one of my favorites.
I hope we don't.
That was actually my favorite scene as well. It was actually the scene where Marvin and Jukebox were kind of like having their conversation without having the conversation. So I really thought that was a powerful moment because we really got to see just a little bit of healing occur between the two characters. It's not 100% better, but we're in a better place than where we have been. JOJ, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was pretty much the same as what Miss Honey said. I think the dialogue between Marvin and Unique was dope. I think that was I think Joey Badass is a hell of an actor when it comes down to playing Unique. And Marvin being Marvin, kind of like, whoa, wait, what you talking about? Nah, that ain't it. Nah, that's not what happened. It kind of like gave him that shock value as Marvin being Marvin. I think it was a dope scene. Oh, as a runner-up though, the conversation between the boss and
Raq.
And Raq. Yeah, that conversation was dope too.
That was a good scene.
A lot of good scenes. That the Palomar scene, that was good.
So that's actually the next scene. So we see Raq. She makes her way over to Famous's building. She knocks at door number 402. We already know who lives at 402. Palomar answers the door, where she was kind of reluctant about answering the door. Raq told her if she didn't answer it, she was going to shoot now. So she answers the door. She tries to play this innocent, I don't know what you're talking about.
Looking like Stephanie Mills in The Wiz. I was like, is she 39?
She did like Stephanie Mills in The Wiz. She did.
Ooh, the pig curls. Ooh, the pig curls is old school.
Yeah, that right there. That scene was wild.
Raq confronts Palomar and pretty much told Palomar, look, stay away from my son. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, listen, your daughter told me everything what you was doing with my son. I asked around the neighborhood about you, so I know that he ain't the only little boy that you've been messing with, but he's going to be the last little boy you mess with, because if I have to come back up here again, it ain't going to be pretty. And she pulled a strap out. She put the blicky to her head. And she's like, listen, I hear what you're saying, but hear what I'm saying.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. Don't mess with my son no more. So how much of that is Raq being a mother and like, listen, you 30-something-year-old chick, you're not finna be messing around with my young son? Or how much of it is Raq having a flashback of what happened with her and Detective Howard? I think
75-25.
I think there's more to it than just her, I mean, Raq's sense of morality is very selective. You're offended by the fact that a 30-something-year-old is sleeping with your 16-year-old son, but yet you have no qualms about sending your 16-year-old son out here to sell drugs, commit murders, and try to kill his own father.
Yeah.
The morality scale is...
I think it was more mother. I think it was more mother than anything. You know what I'm saying? The way she went up there and went about it, I get it. Totally fine with me. But it's like, come on, Raq, really? Like, you went up there like my baby boy. Like, like, really? This is how you went up there. But I mean, that scene also shed light to the fact that when she walked away, she told Famous to go to school. So now we know that And on the back end of things, we've been asking like, hell, when they going back to school? They've been back in school, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
they
think
had
it's
to know they had to address the question, especially since he's 15 sleeping with a grown woman. They had to know we was gonna be wanting to know, like, why is he not in school? Like, what's going on with them never showing him in school? Like, they're trying to make him seem like he's older. Like, what's up?
Right.
I think it's like 75%, 25%. Like 75% of that was her being a mom, but 25% was her having a flashback. You know, she found her moral compass whenever
I
it
agree,
sees
man.
fit. She found her moral compass whenever she sees fit. So I don't think I think that in her head, nobody could teach. Nobody should be talking. No older woman should be talking to my son except for me. Hence, no other woman should be manipulating my son except for me because he do sell drugs. He does go out there and shoot people, kill people. You know, shit. The first episode, he put some batteries in his socks and whooped some ass, and from there.
At her behest. But yeah, Bap.
Right.
Yeah, Bap. I kind of agree. I think that a lot of that is her reaching back in time about what happened with her and Detective Howard. So, the fact that now Kanan's involved with an older person, this is not going to end well. So I think that a lot of that was motivation for why she needed to approach Palomar.
What if he gets her pregnant?
I disagree. I disagree only because I don't think what Raq did back then with Detective Howard was like him pushing up on her so much as her being fast in the tail. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was 17 at the time, which is still underage, but still it seemed like to me she was out here with these dudes, right? I don't think she really thinks about it like that, unless it's convenient to her. I think it was, one, she's his mama, and two, she the queen of all castles. Kanan's castle, like her castle, and she run these streets. Like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be but one of us around here, and you ain't it. And I know you run around here doing this left and right. Like, I've been checking up on you. Like, I know what you about. Nah.
I got the info on you.
Yeah, I got the 411.
And it's affecting me. It's
intel.
affecting me. I'm finna run you off from here.
Yeah,
well, she put that gun to her head and said, you know what I'm saying, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Listen, she hurried up and locked up that door
Yeah.
like she was locking up a bank vault.
Next time, no words, boo. Next time, no words.
Locking all the deadbolts.
I thought she would push the sofa to the door in a minute.
Why she ain't come up to the door with that same blicky?
Right.
Yeah, but she seen Icarus.
Listen, I bet you she didn't answer that door with no lingerie on with Raq knocking at it.
I'm just saying, like, she should have came up to the door with the revolve.
Cartier say Icarus ninja. Look it up. Icarus. Palomar flew too close to the sun. She told Kanan she knew who he was when she saw him with his mama, and that made him more.
Yeah, she flew too
Raq
close.
Say, not here, not today, boo.
Yeah. So as we see Raq leaving the building, she does approach Famous, who's Famous. Mind you, Famous is ear hustling the whole time, so he hears the whole exchange between Palomar and Raq, or whatever the case may be. And when Rock's leaving the building, she does tell him, "Look, take your ass to school. Like, go to school." In the next scene, we have Marvin and Unique, which you don't really get to see too many scenes with Marvin and Unique in it. So that was actually a very good scene to see those two characters interacting with each other. And Unique is pretty much telling Marvin, like, listen, I don't know whatever work you had them doing, it went wrong. You know, what's his name?
I ain't got no work with Italians.
Yeah, I ain't got no
know about Italians.
You talking about pizza? Listen, Sal's son don't got hemmed up. He don't got unalive behind his work that you sent him out to do. The other dude's still living. He out here. As long as there's no body, he's still alive. He's still talking. Like, so you better be trying to figure out what's going on. I really have an issue, and I was going to get to that a little bit later on, but I really have an issue with how they wrote Marvin this episode, because Marvin should have been on high alert. He should have been on high alert. He should have been watching his every move.
Played him out like the doofus once again. And this whole episode, he has been anything but the doofus.
Yeah, they made him out a complete doofus this episode.
That was hilarious. That whole episode was hilarious. The way he was so nervous, and then the way the way the way Unique walked up to it, and then Marvin was trying to light that cigarette. He was like,
I think he was always like that though. Whenever he screwed up, like whenever
that
he's like in
that
the first
joke.
season, whenever he
Listen,
screwed up, he was the same way. He was just
that
Yeah.
kind of like,
sweating. That
what?
we
What you
have
Nervous.
not
mean? Like
seen that
nerve,
Nervous.
though. Have we seen
nerve?
that from Marvin
Yeah.
this season? Have
No.
we seen
We
this
haven't seen it
clumsy, bum fumbling Marvin
But
this
here's the
No, we
season?
thing,
haven't.
though. 'Cause I
We
said it
haven't seen
earlier.
that. We
Here's the
haven't seen
thing.
that in some time.
But hold on. Here's the thing. He didn't have a reason to because Rock took over everything. He never had a reason to. So now that he's put in a position where he tried to do something himself, whenever he tried to do something himself, he always screw it up.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. The biggest
I
issue with
can't lie.
Marvin, the biggest issue I have with Marvin is he should have just let this shit ride with Tony D.
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, he should have handled the work himself. He should have
Yeah.
called her outside of the neighborhood. You know, he it's another way he could have handled the situation versus sending them Italians up there that you know you already got beef with these folks with y'all business, and now you're gonna send them out here to do some side work for you. It's just like what they did with Tommy. I mean, it's wash and repeat. It's exactly what they did with Tommy and his botched attempt to try to hire the Italians for work. I hate it when they do this. What's going on, Dizzyville? Hey, check your DM. I need your shirt size.
Hey, Dizzy.
But yeah, I feel like Marvin should have been a little bit more alert on what's coming his way because he was not prepared for what happened at the end of the episode, obviously.
Rock
next we
said
see-
no.
Like, anything but this. She was like, God, this.
Tell me you didn't do this.
Please tell me you're not involved with this. You are. So you
It's typical Marvin.
So you got Kanan. He's sitting outside. I don't know if he's waiting for the school bus. He waiting for maybe he was waiting for the bus to come to take him out to Rock. Maybe that's what he was waiting on.
He's waiting on the school bus. He was not school bus. He was waiting on the public bus
to take him to where Rock was. Yeah. We see a Ford Taurus pull up and hit a Yui. Listen to the Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. Who is it? It's Scrappy's mom. I'm like, wait a minute, Shook Ones, Mobb Deep.
It's definitely Scrappy's mom. I mean, just played too much. Just too much conversation.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen so many adults that talk to children. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody stepping the rock. Everybody going through Kanan. I don't know what was more egregious, that or Kanan just sitting in open daylight like that. Like, he don't really know how to move on the streets at all.
My best answer to that, Xavier, is because we've been trying to figure it out as well, is why is he so obsessed with wanting to get revenge on Tony? I mean, she was a snitch that was still living. She was a rat that was still alive, so I had to eliminate this problem, you know.
And she was not going to mess up her perfect world for that, to come back and talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because she had no hit a lick. She had no married a doctor, you know. Or I don't know if they were married or whatever, but, you know, she had no hit a lick, you know. So she had to move on with her life. She wasn't thinking about that club and stuff no more. So, but, you know, it's the code of the street. I guess you snitch on me, I can't let you live. So
yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
that's a loose end. That's a loose end still not tied off. It don't matter when it happened.
Yeah, it's a loose end.
Last thing she want her Dennis husband to know is she been sliding up and down on melanated dong.
Right. The conversation between Kanan and Scrappy's mom is rather interesting because we see from last episode and it continues on into this episode that Scrappy's mom is not going to let this go. So I'm beginning to think the family is going to have to deal with her because she's not going to go away peacefully. She's not going to go away quietly. So I have a bigger theory as to how Scrappy's mom could be a bigger threat to the family if they don't eliminate her. But we see that she's upset because, listen, Rock claims she loved my son. My son was loyal to y'all. I know that my son didn't put a bullet in his head. What y'all out here doing? Like, the streets need a body. So either y'all going to have to produce someone that killed Scrappy to satisfy this mama, or y'all going to have to deal with this mama because this mama could end up start snitching on y'all for real.
It's an unnecessary storyline, though. We
I
don't
agree.
even need that because especially since you snitching on people in your gambling establishment anyway, right? You running games and you snitching there. It could have been one of them people that killed, but for you to make Rock responsible for the situation, I don't know. It seemed like it's sending us down this bunny trail we don't need to go down, especially with the Palomar, Ziza, Cartier,
Oh,
Tremont, Abraham, Italians, Marco, Dominic, like all of these things are going on. You know, why Scrappy? I don't.
the only thing I can say to that, Miss Honey, is I think there's a bigger picture. Usually, when we get these little nuances, these characters are brought back around either in later episodes or later seasons to be a problem for the family. It's just like old girl from Power. Remember the first season, first episode of Power where they killed her boyfriend and they had
Right.
her and they let her go. And here we didn't see her come
She
back
heard
all
was
the way
goes to Spanish.
right.
Right.
We see her come back season 6. So I think if they don't deal with Scrappy's mom, she's gonna be one of those type of situations where later on down the line, she's
Right.
gonna come back and be a bigger problem for the family if they don't eliminate her. And so by the fact that Kanan did tell Rock about it, even though he know that his mama got something to do with this, but he still tried to keep it G for his mom and like, well, they say Scrappy committed suicide or whatever the case may be. But now that he's told Rock this, Rock may end up having to deal with the mama. If she's smart, she will. Because if they let that lady live and go on this crusade that she's on right now, she is going to be a problem for the family. I think they're going to use Detective Howard to get rid of her. They're going to find some kind of way to pin some charges on her or something, or
Well, he goes
They got the
the
charge, don't they? Illegal
direct.
gambling.
Hopefully, he goes the direct route to getting rid of her instead of around the world and the river and through the woods to grandmama's house like he did with Burke. Like that accomplished nothing with Burke. Like what?
So speaking of the pray to gay away, so the next thing we have Jukebox is approaching Kenya's brownstone. She say, hey, it's Laverne. She's like, well, what do you want to see me for in the middle of the day? I'm in school for this. And she was like, well, this is more important than school. We see her go into Kenya's apartment and the whole church congregation is there. And
Or at least
Hurry and
immediately,
run
or at
so
least
bad.
I knew that
game.
this was going to
That was
be
close.
trouble. I knew that this was going to be a problem. I knew that this was not going to be good when I saw that whole church congregation, including the little boy that was trying to press up on her last week. He was there.
And then you saw the chair sitting there like they was trying to perform an exorcism or some shit. I'm like, what the? Wait a minute, what are they doing? Like, oh, come on, bro, come on, man.
That's what I thought it was, a halfway exorcism.
It was a conversion. It was a conversion intervention that performed terribly. It just performed terribly. So
Corey was there because I couldn't remember if I saw him or not.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there.
I was looking for him. I should have paused it.
So who said all along that he knew? Was it really okay? That's crazy.
So the mama probably told him.
I feel like like I said last week, I felt like he was part of the whole infiltration. I feel like he was sent to kind of press up on her. And just like when the mama was looking at them and, she was trying to give Jukebox the it's okay, give him the number or whatever.
Yeah.
I just feel like that was all part of like I said last week. And somebody in the comments said that, he wasn't trying to go to all those extra links to get the pussy. But I feel like he was part of a bigger purpose. And the bigger purpose was for the church.
So I wonder if she had slept with him. They have just decided they weren't going to do the exorcism.
Maybe so.
Like, were they was going to do it? Like, was he just pushed before the exorcism? Like, what was going on with that?
I just feel like
I think it was confirmation. I think it was a confirmation. I think it was the confirmation that they needed to know whether or not she was or she wasn't. And from there, because we already know that Kenya had set the whole Bible study thing up last week. And
but
then,
I think Kenya had already knew, just the same way as as Juke is following her, I think at some point in time, somewhat, we never saw it, but and so we can't confirm it. But I do think that Kenya was actually following Juke and paying attention to her lifestyle. And
Definitely
seeing
knew.
that, she knew off the strip. I mean, like you instantly put this little boy on her, you instantly put in this Bible study and this being talked about, and now this. And then, being honest, as a Christian, that was bogus, man. Like, when did one sin when is one sin greater than the other one? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all did her like that. And then to go as far as beating her, come on, man.
I'm telling you, it's the same way they do like
I think
prisoners
they
of
opened up
war.
the
The way they did her was horrible.
It was mental manipulation.
Right.
Torture.
It was physical abuse. It was just very demeaning.
And this was while she was at school, so this went on for hours.
I just think this scene right here is what really turned Jukebox into what we saw later on, because this, you can see it in her eyes, like it was like the pain is gone, it's nothing but anger there.
I think it was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back, but I think it's been in the works for a while. Jukebox really don't have nobody. This was the last person that she really thought, okay, I found my mom. I can depend on her.
I had my peace. I made my peace.
and she just had nobody. Even after this, she had that whole conversation with Kanan. He never noticed her hand was swollen, that she was in pain. She had braided her hair back down. Like if Marvin didn't walk up on her burning those, no kid going through. And that to me breaks your spirit. Anything, the fact that you don't have nobody that you can turn to a situation.
We've been saying that all season. Actually, we've been saying this since.
And then your people had this on the block, but you can't go to them.
It's really sad because everything about that whole scene was just disturbing. It was wrong, and if it would have just been they wanted to pray over her and whatever, okay, I would have rolled with that, And everyone, and the thing about it is, everyone has a different interpretation of what Bible verses mean. Bible verses, a Bible verse can mean something totally different to you, especially in the context of which it was written. New Testament, Old Testament. In those times, the Bible was basically based off interpretation. The writings in the Bible verses is based off of interpretation. Okay. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's right or wrong or whatever. It's life. Okay. And I get that we're in the 90s, and at that time in life, homosexuality was not received, was not accepted. So I understand that part of it. But for a parent, regardless of what your faith and beliefs are, for a parent to let someone physically restrain your underage child, beat her, and show her porn, and think that this is going to help her, heal her.
I think that's because she was manipulated herself. She was manipulated by the church.
She was a hoe herself. She was a hoe herself. She was sinning herself.
No, hold on. Because she was manipulated. When I say that she was manipulated by the church, I mean Kenya. Kenya was manipulated by the church because she felt as though when the pastor said it, she just was like, "Oh well, this is what needs to be done in order to open these gates of heaven." Or whatever.
That's what I'm saying, though. If he had wanted to go further,
going to leave.
If he had wanted to go further and initiate something with Juke, something physical with Juke, under the guise of teaching her a lesson, was she gonna stand by and watch all of that too?
Exactly.
Like,
yes, because she was manipulated to believe that was right. She was completely brainwashed. She was manipulated to believe that this was right. Because she was probably if you listen, so if you think about her backstory, she's supposedly been chasing NBA peen, or whatever.
She's a thought too.
Jumping from peen to peen to peen to peen. That's supposed to be her backstory. She probably went to the church and they probably gave her all this information, thinking that this was going to save her, and this is the road and the path she needs to follow. I'm not saying that is right, but there's people out there that believe that, and she's one of the people that believe that, and that's what she thought that needed to happen in order for her daughter to be saved. Which at the end of the day is stupid. Your daughter is who she is. That's not going to
Dizzy
take
Bell, I
away
agree.
from
I
yeah.
do too, Dizzy.
I agree
That's not
totally.
going. That's not going to take away from none of that.
It's
So
just it's just surprising that in this scene how they show how this particular church, for the most part, they live by the parts of the Bible that's convenient to them, that doesn't shed light on the things that they're
I
doing.
think you know what. I'm not going to get
But
into
they
that
did
because I don't want to get into the
everything
religion
wrong
part
in
of it.
that scene. In
I don't want
that
to get into the religion part of it, but
in that
that's just the
particular
way
scene,
people think.
they did everything wrong. Everything wrong. And I feel as though that was bogus because I mean, like, y'all living by what's convenient for you, what you feel like you should or shouldn't do, or because you're doing this certain thing, you're living righteously. And because you're not doing this, you're just fine. That was bogus as hell.
the thing about it is, you also have a certain element to it where Kenya is wrestling with her own inner guilt and sins that she's committed. So she's trying to atone for that. And so how she's trying to atone for her sins is I'm going to save my child or whatever the case may be, because ain't nobody
Hmm.
sit her down and beat the hell out of her for being a hoe. So,
But
for her,
that's how women go through church, though. A lot of women go through persecuted, whether it is because they identify as gay, or people think they identify as gay, or a lot of times women will be marked, as like fast and hoe. Is she trying to get a man? You know what I'm saying? She trying to steal so and so man. And then they get ostracized for that. Or let's say they get pregnant, they get sat down, they get chastised in front of the church, they got to come and sit in front of the church, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's this need to try to control people and control their lives and their own journey. But what is
And
more
back then,
egregious
that's
than
how it was.
anything is they would not have had the opportunity to do any of those things to Juke if it wasn't for Kenya allowing it. And that was the worst part. She was tortured, abused, and mistreated, and her mama stood by and watched it. You
yeah.
know, that's over. That's done. Their relationship is never gonna get back the same. And for as bad as what we thought Marvin did to her, what her mom did, it just it
Because she did it under a guise. She did it under the guise of "I love you, I accept for who you are. Oh, I want to be back in your life. You're my daughter. Oh,
we
forgive
just
me
gotta
for
fix these
leaving."
few little
Right.
things. You know
It
what I'm
was
saying?
it was manipulation. It
Just
was
gotta make you
manipulation.
perfect.
It was manipulation. It was under the guise that, and she had let her guard down. She had let her guard down around her mama. She allowed her mama to rearrange her because that's something that she felt was going to make her mama happy. So the dresses, the hair, and all that, she was willing to go for that, to just to have the relationship with her mom and just to make her mom more comfortable with being in her space. But this
Exactly.
was taking it way too far. And
That
somebody
was
said
way
in the
too far.
comments, and I agree, Marvin should roll up right up on that pastor and have a conversation with that pastor. Rock
Okay.
need to roll up on Kenya and have a conversation with Kenya. They need to go talk to her. But because they got their own mess going on right now, it's going to be forgotten about. I did like the fact that Marvin did go and confront Kenya about it, but I think Marvin should have went ahead and turned some water off. He should have went in there and wrecked some shop up at that church
They'll never come as a family and just talk about all the
and
issues
deal with
going
things
on.
as
Like
a
they don't
family.
rely on each other at all. For
Mm-mm.
for Kanan to think he had nowhere to go to Howard's house, like
And all his uncles got a place to stay.
uncles.
Yeah, his uncle's got a place to stay. You
Yeah,
know,
but his uncles also would have told Rock that he was over there.
he knew Rock knew that he wasn't staying at home.
He
Rock, he
told her
told Rock,
himself that he wasn't coming home.
yeah, he told her himself she wasn't coming home, and she didn't seem to try to stop it. So let's get to the next scene because I knew that we were going to spend a lot of time on this. I knew that we were going to spend a lot of time on this. We all agreed that it was wrong. We all agreed that it was the catalyst that further pushed Jukebox into exile. She's completely exiled from the family now. Just about everyone in the family at this point has done some type of wrong to her.
I
Lulu
think
stole
if
a song.
anything,
Now she got to constantly hear her song on the radio, somebody else singing it. Kanan killed her girlfriend, the love of her life, with his bad crack. Raq is just so invested in running her criminal organization that she doesn't know how to be a mother to this child. Marvin beat her down like she was a dude in the streets. Her mama,
she's been abused twice with nobody coming to her rescue.
Yeah, she has nobody. She has no family support whatsoever. And Kanan's so wrapped up in his crisis that he can't even offer comfort to her. So this right here, I agree, is the catalyst that further drives Jukebox into a cold ice box, and she's exiled from her own family. And it's really sad because they created what she became later on. They created her. They're the reason why.
I just said
they're the reason.
That scene right there showed it all. And then they did the commentary with 50. Yeah, I think that was it right there.
Yeah, because he pretty much confirmed it. He confirmed it. He was like, that's some shit that you never hear from. He was like, that's something that you never hear from. That's something that, people always asked him. Like, he was like, ain't my story to tell. But, people always ask, why is she so cold-hearted or whatever? But, there's a lot of personality traits that Raq and Jukebox share as far as the ice coldness or whatever the case may be. But I think Jukebox may be even colder than Raq. She may even have the potential to be even more ruthless than Raq. Speaking of unneeded scene.
Well, now we will see why when Kanan in Power met up, they wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's in it, like hugging, like what's up with you? Long time no see. Like I put money. No, it was kind of just like, oh, you called me. Yeah, I thought we could get up. You know what I'm saying? Like their relationship was still kind of estranged when they first met up on Power.
And you could tell that he was fearful of her. He was fearful of her, He was actually, Jukebox was pretty much telling him what to do and what not to do. So we see Lulu approach this DJ with Ziza in tow. They in the parking garage and they run up on the DJ and they ask the DJ why he wasn't playing the song. He started talking greasy to him or whatever about, is this your artist? She can come upstairs and maybe help convince us how to play this record. Lulu pull out the strap, put it in the man's mouth, and pretty much tell him he gonna play this song or whatever the case may be. And this crazy fake ass Aaliyah is laughing. She's laughing about it. This girl
she's like the bad devil on his shoulder, like good angel, bad angel. She's like the bad angel on his shoulder.
Listen, he need to leave these Puerto Rican chicks alone. No offense.
Yeah. I mean, she's just basically keeping his head in the sand and keeping him from really accomplishing anything significant. Like if I see him sitting around that studio with that trash bag, one more scene, I'm just like, what is Lou doing? He ain't doing nothing.
Wasting away. And I'm just like, we thought that Jessica was a problem. This chick is even worse. She worse. She way worse. And she's gonna be a bigger problem, a bigger thorn in his side than Jessica ever was. Like he need to leave these Puerto Rican chicks alone because they don't mean him no good. The ones
I agree, Lady.
Wow, Xavier.
Ooh, you know what? God. I said that. I said, was Crown getting his knees dirty? Was he doing that Georgia Dome? Like, what was going on? Because when he was like, Crown knows how things are done, and then he hit on Z. So I was like, was Crown doing a reach around like for spins? Like, what's happening?
Lou done got him a little boss, got in boss mode, I guess, a little bit.
He flexing for that girl. He flexing a lot for that girl. And
he ain't moving nothing.
He ain't shaking shit. He just
first off, being a advocate of 2A, man, that damn prop gun they had, I was looking at that thing like, why the hell this thing look like it came from the dollar store? Like,
it filled that mouth up though. That mouth was full. That mouth was full.
We gonna get into that.
It was a terrible prop.
That's a fine moment for the gun. You don't know if they're gonna pull the trigger or not. Like that definitely was your point across.
Yeah, it did. It got a point across.
Okay,
All right.
for sure. Now on these streets, money like that the same way. Like he both.
So we got Rock back at the same restaurant in the same booth, eating the same meal, beluga, caviar, and vodka with Cartier. And at this point, I am sick of seeing Cartier. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of his character. I'm tired of this. We keep seeing the same scene every
I
week
keep telling
over and
y'all
over
this
again.
Mecca all over again. This is Mecca
It is Mecca all
all
over
over is the
again.
point. And is it me or the tell a lot of his business? And I asked this in my review. Is it because she's a woman, just like with the Italian boss? They just don't see her as a threat, or they don't see her as an opportunist. Like he just why are you talking so much around Rock? Like it's so casual the way he does things.
But
I don't know.
this week was the first time we actually seen him kind of. He looked almost as if he was trying to see if she was paying attention to his conversation. She tried to play it off like she wasn't, but she was.
But she doing what a smart woman does. They close their mouth because men don't really like a lot of talking. And she just playing it cool and just taking notes.
Yeah, she definitely taking notes. What's up, Really B? Welcome to the
What's up,
panel.
Really Big?
Hey, really?
Hey y'all, sorry I had to take a phone call. Sorry about that.
All right, what's your
Are
thoughts
you in
on
the
this week's?
continental USA?
I know,
I
right?
am. I am.
What's your thoughts on this week's episode?
Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shoot. Oh, okay. My thoughts. I mean, again, most of it we already said. We thought we kind of already predicted a lot of it, but it wasn't as it didn't have as much action as I anticipated it happened. I'll say that.
Yeah, Missy, we were saying that we pretty much feel like Ziza is part of Cartier's harem. You know, she's part of the ongoing scam. And I think it's a bigger scam that they got going on. But yeah,
I don't know.
at this point, I am so sick and tired of seeing them at this restaurant. I'm so sick and tired of it. These scenes offer us nothing more than for Rock to get a closer and closer to Cartier's organization and where she can infiltrate. So we learned this week that Abraham, which was the guy that was with Tremont last week, got picked up on a weapons charge, a gun charge, or whatever. And Tremont was calling Cartier to have Cartier try to help get him out of jail or whatever. And Cartier's like, I'm busy right now. Let him sit there for the weekend. We'll figure it out later on. But and we all knew before we even started scene, we all knew that Rock was processing that, and she was going to get Abraham out of jail and further build an allegiance between Tremont and his crew with her. So we already know that Rock was going to use that information to her advantage. But I think at this point, Rock needs. I think at this point we're getting close to a point where one of them is getting ready to tip their hand, whether it's going to be Cartier or Rock. One of the two are getting ready to reveal what their real intentions are.
I think it's Rock.
Yeah, because this is. I mean, I don't know what Cartier's ultimate goal. I mean, we see in next week's preview that he asked to buy into her organization. We already know her answer is going to be no. We already know what her answer is going to be no.
Yep.
So when she turns him down, he's going to now force himself in and take over her organization.
And then he's
Why
back.
would she buy into it? Why would
And
she
then,
let him buy
and
into
then
it?
she's strategically setting up chess pieces inside his organization. She already went and saw the guy that got his ass whooped at the hotel. Now she the one that bailed out this other guy that was in jail for a weapons charge.
I want to give Really be an opportunity to respond to the whole jukebox scene. I know we spent a lot of time talking about it, but I just wanted to hear her thoughts on what happened with jukebox in Kenya. What were your thoughts on that, Really be?
I don't even know. Well, first of all, I want to say this. I apologize. I'm going to apologize to Rock. I think I changed my mind about what I've been saying all season. I think Kenya may very well have just left on her own. Maybe Rock didn't pay her off. Maybe she really was chasing some dick in the NBA. I don't know. I don't know. I think I changed my
Especially
mind.
since she's so easily influenced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have changed my mind on this one because Marvin said it again, and her reaction tells me that maybe there was some truth to it because she didn't deny it. She didn't say that's not what happened. You know that she just slapped him like she didn't say it wasn't true. So a part of me is thinking, well, maybe that is what the fuck happened. And after seeing, like you said, that she was so easily turn her daughter over, especially after you just building your relationship with your daughter yourself, like you don't have a relationship with this little girl,
Right.
and you so easily influenced. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I've changed my mind about that. I feel like I have.
Yo, if Rock does find out about that situation, she's definitely gonna roll up on Kenya. She's definitely gonna roll up on Kenya.
Oh
Just
Yeah,
yeah,
like
it's a
she.
wrap.
Oh
she ran
yeah,
up on
it's gonna be a
Palomar.
problem.
Yeah, Rock ain't
Yeah, she
gonna be.
got too much going on to care.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I think if she didn't have so much going on, she would definitely roll up on Kenya and be like, "Bitch." But yeah, she's got so much of her own problems right now. Uh, she ain't she especially with Kanan. She's going to be too distracted going forward with what Kanan's doing that she's not going to really care. Not to say that she doesn't care, but we see Marvin at home calling around to the hospital trying to figure out what's going on with old boy, and that's just
Exactly. So,
Bless his heart. He need a
bless his
wife
heart.
so bad. He need a decent woman by his side. Like he
He
just
had she got shot at the end of the episode.
no, he need a decent woman that's gonna be. But he need Miss Renee because if Miss Renee could be okay with his lifestyle, she'll be a him because my guidance. He just cannot be left to his. I love how he kept it cool through this whole. I mean, he didn't really fight with Unique, although Unique was really pressing him. Like he really kind of kept it cool, even when he approached Kenya. It still was a metered version of of Marvin. That anger
That's some
management
anger
worked with him.
management
He wasn't
class.
just like, woosah.
But did y'all find that interesting that Unique kind of helped Rock out? Because Unique didn't have to let Rock know what she was walking into. I mean, I know I kind of jumped ahead, but you brought that up, so I'm
He
sorry.
just playing his cards. He playing his cards. He playing
Yeah,
every angle. He playing
yeah,
every angle.
yeah.
I think Unique is a Unique is playing his way to the top.
Yeah, I wish we could have got a little bit more of the Unique character through these last two episodes because he's a good nemesis for Rock. Mainly because he knows her crew, he knows her weaknesses. Like Unique is a bigger issue than they're letting on. I don't even see why we needed to bring in the Italians, but okay, let's do it. Yeah, Joey Badass did a good job this episode.
You said this back at the beginning of the review, Miss Honey, about Unique having a spinoff. It would be interesting to see if he survives and had a spinoff, but um,
Somebody else mentioned he would have been good in the first Power.
yeah,
Was it the homie or Xavier mentioned that he would have been good in Power? He would have been a good character for Power. I think so too.
hmm he would have definitely been a good nemesis because he's smart, but at the same time, he's not reactive. He doesn't react to every little thing that happens, every little conflict that he has with Rock.
He
Rock
plays it cool.
responds to every little conflict she has, whereas Unique just kind of sits back and kind of watch things unfold, and then he moves in where there's opportunity.
He's
Rock,
more strategic. Yeah,
yeah, he's
Rock
more strategic.
is the bull in the china shop on a lot of issues. That thing she did with Scrappy was so unnecessary.
And you didn't sit long enough to wait and see what was unfolding. Everybody was telling you, Lulu was telling you, Marvin was telling you, oh, I'm not so sure about this or whatever. But still, in your mind, you convinced that he's a threat and we gotta eliminate him right now.
Yeah, why the police not at your door, girl? They haven't busted no place down.
And
Like
then
if
you got a
Scrappy's
man on the
snitching,
inside. You got a man on the inside that if that was the case, you should have dug into that a little bit more. Well, what is he saying? If he's snitching, what is he saying? You know, it just Rock just
Well, but no. To be fair, let's be fair. On the flip side of that, if he's snitching, she really does not have the luxury of, well, let's wait and see what he's telling them. Like, she does have to make a decision because he knows her whole operation. He's not no corner boy that don't know shit. He knows everything. So if he was snitching, she really couldn't sit on that.
the key words though is if he was like for as many years as
No,
he
I
had been
get
with
it.
her,
No, I
not to
get
give
it.
him any.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Miss Honey. I thought Miss Honey was saying.
Well, no, I was just saying, he was with her for so long. Like she didn't really give it a lot of thought. You sent Marvin to do the recon. Like even with that, um, the Italians talking to Unique about finding out um who was with Marco. They all should have intel in a lot of different places.
You're
Plus,
right,
on top of
Jeremiah.
that, you didn't even
Howard
know
is
Howard
creating
like that.
dissension in their organization without even trying.
Yeah, like
He
when you trusted Howard and you tried to kill, like she just didn't put enough time into it. It wasn't smart. She's not strategic, or she's not coming off as strategic as Unique, in my opinion.
You know what? Support gaming. You're right. Howard is a huge issue for the Thomas family. He's already manipulated Rock by encouraging her and having her kill Scrappy. He's turning Kanan against Rock by exposing her lies. Yes.
She had to
So,
kill Scrappy.
well, she didn't have
Like,
to.
Just,
like,
like you
like,
just
no,
woke
like really be said. You can't really sit on that. She told him, gave him instructions. Don't be around this gambling spot. We got too much
But
stuff
that's not
going
what she
on.
killed him
Don't
for.
get knocked. But if he wasn't there, she wouldn't have got killed. If he wasn't there, he wouldn't have got killed. That's it. And that's all. She told him don't go there.
And they
If
did
he
catch him in a
wasn't
lie.
there, he would still be
Like
alive. That's what started the lie. So if you lying, how do I know you that you're not snitching? I can't risk that. That's too much of a risk. That's just the way the game go.
But if that be the case, she would have killed him without even sending Marvin to do any recon. So if
You
she
still
felt
do the
like,
research. You still do a little research, but
oh,
after that,
that's,
even that was a lie. So
but
now you're in two lies. Yes, you got to go.
But the only point that I was trying to drive home with that is the information that she was trying to get confirmation for. She didn't get that 100% confirmation that he is a threat to the organization. She just, hey, he's a threat. We got to get rid of him, and it's going to come back to bite her. So I mean, she may have
Oh yeah,
did
it's definitely gonna come back
something in
and
the
bite her.
best interest for her, but ultimately, she's just created a bigger problem for herself.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna catch up with her.
I mean, Unique is a threat too, but yet he still breathes.
And she ain't dealing with that right.
Well, right now she can't deal with it. I mean, at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, actually, the
keeping
unique is going to
around,
deal with her problem for her.
but
Unique
keeping
is actually
Unique
going to do her
around,
solid.
but keeping Unique around right now at this point is reducing her overhead. So that's why she's not gonna touch her. You gotta pay the toll. Right now, him being around is reduced. Sal already told her that as long as he's around, this is what it is.
Unique is going to take care of that problem for her. Unique
Yeah,
is going to
oh yeah.
Unique is going to get rid of that problem for her and further get into bed with Rock because Rock thinks that she's going to be able to get rid of Unique. She's not, because when Unique takes out Sal, then now you stuck with him even more now because he's getting ready to get rid of this problem for you because Unique ain't gonna go for that threatening shit. Sal threatened him last episode in the preview for next week's episode. Unique ain't gonna go for that. Unique gonna deal with that problem on his own because
I didn't even think about Unique taking out Sal.
yeah, that's what's going to end
Oh
up
yeah,
happening.
that you can tell that's the plan.
Yeah, that's what's going to end up happening. Detective Howard is at work, and we see that he's moving his players around on his chessboard. he decides to go talk to the captain and tell the captain that, listen, Burke is checking into my personnel files. She's investigating my shooting. Something's going on. He's trying to play that I don't know what's going on with Burke type situation. We also learned that he planted a seed in Nicole's father's head that Burke was responsible for Nicole's death by providing underage teens with drugs and stuff like that. How he got the father to come to that conclusion, I don't know. But we know that he was behind that.
Yeah.
And so the police captain ends up telling him, well, damn, I told Burke that she need to sit her ass down, mind her own business, and lay low. She got enough problems going on with her right now. Like, she don't need to have her name in anything else. And now you telling me this? So it's like I said, like we pretty much all said, that this is how Howard is going to get rid of Burke. Is he going to get her fired?
Yep.
Well, she didn't care. She went right up on.
She went
right up on Rock.
She showed me at the grocery store.
I don't know. I just feel like he's going around the roundabout way to get rid of Burke. I mean, I understand he doesn't need her to amp it up anymore. Like, he doesn't need them to dig into what she's already dug into. He needs to just go away quietly.
He can't drop her for that. But ultimately, if what he's doing right now don't work, then he's going to have to get Rock to drop her. And Rock may drop her on her own because she's getting too close to the truth.
Right.
So
Rock got to kill Kenya. She got to kill Burke. She got
unalive a lot of
everybody working on? What is everyone working on?
Rock, what are you working on right now? I need to know what you're working on right now, Rock. What is your agenda?
What is everybody else working on? Like, everybody, she seems like she's the only one that's trying to get this family to a certain place in the drug game. Everybody's working against her, like, simultaneously.
Kanan shows up at Crackhead Famous apartment. It's the middle of the day. Famous ain't thought about going to school in 2 weeks.
Thinking about that next hit.
I feel like Kanan's gonna be the one to kill Famous. I don't know why, but I just feel like that now. I know we all thought that Famous was gonna die in the corner or be as a crackhead, but it is clear that he was going in Kanan's bag to take something. Either he was looking for money or looking for drugs, but then for you to sit there and read the paper, just go on and on about it, like, he's looking for material too to write his next beat. He did it before, he's gonna do it again, and that's gonna be the problem between him and Kanan. It's because he's gonna take Kanan's business and put it out there in a song for the streets.
Yep. At this point, I don't know if Famous know how to read or write because we haven't seen him with a pen, a notebook.
That's a daddy test. That's a daddy test.
A daddy
what
test.
You doing with a daddy test? If you got a daddy, but you don't have a daddy, but you know your daddy know he your daddy, what's your daddy test doing?
I sure hope that means DEF CON.
But DEF CON already a daddy. Why did you take a daddy test?
Kanan should have ran a fade on him. Kanan should have ran a fade on him for going.
He should have mollywopped him.
Yeah, he should have ran a fade on him.
Gave him old Cartier slap. Nasty Cartier slap. Let's go in my bag.
Exactly what he was looking for. Some drugs. Yep.
He was looking for his next hit.
Yep, I agree with that. Just like he stole that money from his mama. Yeah. That's what he was looking for. He was looking for drugs.
He was going through Kanan's bag looking for something.
Drugs.
He thought some money was in that envelope, and it was Kanan's business.
Mm-hmm. And he opened the envelope, read it,
and told him what he read.
He thought
it was his homework.
And he just went in the refrigerator and got
homework in an envelope for 2 weeks.
Yeah, you thought your homework was in an envelope?
You got 2 weeks worth of homework in an envelope. Okay.
I thought it was my bag. I thought it was my book bag. Oh no, he's gonna have to straighten Famous out.
Yeah, he's gonna have to straighten Famous out for real. He gonna have to put some straightening on him because he getting a little too
out of hand. You out of control. He's a habitual line stepper.
But he's just a buffoon, and he's creating more problems for them than solutions. So yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of him. He's gonna end up getting rid of Famous and taking over that apartment. So Famous tells him that listen, your mom came over here today and she pressed up on Palomar real hard. And you might need to go over there and see what's going on with your girl. Because your mom pulled a strap out on her and everything. So Kanan goes over to confront Palomar about his mom coming over there. And she didn't want to answer the door. She shook.
Go away, Kanan. It's over, Kanan.
She ain't want to go.
I don't want no more piping down, Kanan. Take your pipe elsewhere.
Whenever she put on Kanan, she got Kanan stuck.
Yeah, she got Kanan stuck. Kanan
now she looked 38, 39 when she came with Stephanie Mills when she came to the door with Rob. When Kanan came to the door, she had him sitting, baby.
Yeah.
And then she had them lips puckered and that concealer and that skin pulled back. She was giving us 28, 29.
She's like, Katie was like banging on that door like he was, yeah, like she took his bike or something. What? Open the door.
Open the door.
But he had to it was such a big deal. I was like, you didn't even go to her house first. You went to Famous house first.
Right.
Like, you're not checking for her. That was just something for you to do. So what do you care?
Yeah.
She put that.
Don't go.
Then she took your third and your fourth virginity. Like, what do you care?
She put that wow on his ass.
Knock, knock, knock. Don't come knocking at my door. Hey, Palomar said, ring, 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 let the phone stop. She's like, listen, don't come around here no more.
Never, ever. Don't come around here.
Come over here no more. Listen, she about to push the couch up to the door. Like,
she said, you come with too much baggage. Nah, I'm not trying to get shot.
She's like, but at least we finally hear her admit the truth. She's like, I knew who you was from the beginning, but she's like, with your mama pressing up on me, I realized what come with you. Like, you come with a whole bunch of baggage that I don't want that smoke. She's like, listen,
shout out to JOJ. JOJ said she was just hot in the puss and she liked lollipops, snakes, snails, and puppy dog tails. Basically, that's what she is. It's no big conspiracy. She's not working with Cartier. They're not a team of grifters.
Yeah, she's
she's just a freak. She's just a perv and a freak. That's all. Period.
Yep.
Just that simple.
And obviously, she probably been doing this whole thing with her daughter for a while now, running around with these young boys or whatever the case may be. And the daughter probably don't have enough of it, and she went over there and put an end to it.
Yeah.
So, that was very interesting to see. Do you think that that's the conclusion of Palomar? Do you think that's the end of her story arc?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so either.
I mean, they might need her for something eventually. I think for me, I thought it was really going to propel Kanan to finally have this really meaty conversation with his mom, especially after we had just seen that clip, because we didn't know where that clip between he and Jukebox fell when we talked about it last week. This weekend.
She said, we're going to see Palomar in book 2 trying to holler at Tariq. Right.
Tariq ain't going for that, though.
Yeah. If she Borking Famous, then she really is hard up for some. Yeah, she go over there and get it from Famous. His mama don't care who she's sleeping. He's sleeping with. Right. He can go get it from Famous. Miss Honey, you frozen, Ma.
She don't want Famous little dusty crackhead is.
Yeah, she don't want Famous. She don't want nothing to do with Famous.
Gross. He probably smell like sour milk. I mean, his belly button is probably so full of dead and dirt and lint and sweat.
He don't look like he bathed. He don't look like
he don't look like he meticulous at all. Let Juke tell it. Juke was like,
he is not the tidy.
Absolutely.
He's not clean. And you don't know how to do laundry. So Jukebox gonna have to go over there and do Kanan laundry for him.
They'll put him on blast. Say, you're gonna need more drawers than that.
Yeah. Because neither one of y'all know how to do no laundry. Yeah, y'all about to be in bad shape over there in that apartment. But we also realized, we also heard that Crown Famous was asking for Crown, and like the dude who owned the building is asking about his studio time. So Famous may be in some jeopardy with that building because Crown is not around anymore, so he's not gonna get the studio time no more. So Famous may end up getting evicted up out of that building.
I wish we could have spent one day following Crown, like just as a little sidebar storyline, because he looked like it seemed like he just had his greasy, clammy claws in so many different pots. Like he was robbing Peter to pay Paul left and right. He was doing this for that. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have just seen one day.
Jeremiah, you're right. I think Famous is going to end up running his mouth about what he know about the situation, is going to create further problems for the family, particularly Lulu. But yeah, so we see Unique go over to Sal's house to kind of offer his condolences, but at the same time, I felt like he was on a recon mission, kind of figure out, what's being said, and so he can make his next move based off of what he found out over the Sal house. Sal tell him that they know about the botch hit. They just trying to find out who else was with his son and who ordered the work. And so Unique is pretty much his suspicions were confirmed. And so he's going to pretty much go back and tell Marvin, listen, you need to be on high alert because these folks ain't going to let this ride.
I know one thing, if Cartier owned that building that Famous live in, Famous is all he got to do is talk to Fame. And he's going to have all the dirt he need on Rock. But I really hope we see a little bit more of the Unique character as it pertains to Italians. That would be that would be pretty good. I would enjoy that. But we learned from this episode, it's not as complex as we think. We're thinking a lot more complex, I think, than the writers are. I think things are what they are. First, we got to if Marvin is alive. You know what I'm saying? Or was it? Then, like in the next episodes, how is this a Italian Unique? Like, how is all of this gonna flesh out, and where is it gonna push our characters? We still don't know who might end up ghosted at the end of this season. Like, who is on the chopping block? Whether it's go to jail
I don't think nobody gonna get killed with the Lord.
At this point, DZV, I think Kanan has paid the rent, but I don't know who's gonna pay the rent going forward because Kanan ain't got no work. Unless you go over there and steal some more drugs. I don't know who's paying their rent over there.
Did say the first is come and gone? How is Famous?
Yep.
Making ends meet.
The first is gone. How he getting groceries? How he paying utilities? How is he paying utilities?
Well, they did slay dope. Now, then they slay dope for a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I said that dope money ought to be gone by now.
Famous probably smoked it all.
I agree, Jeremiah. Yeah, maybe he's still stealing stash money to pay Famous rent. Like at this point, I would be paying nothing for Famous. I'd be like, Famous, you pay your own rent, bro.
We haven't even seen Rock. That's so funny that Rock has a whole meeting with Unique there. We see her make phone calls, for Abraham. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen her do that for any of her brothers, really. She has this whole meeting. It's not really a meeting. She just want to know why the Italians want to meet with her because she still hasn't addressed the drugs being missing, the money being missing. Like, it's still so much we need to jump on top of. Like, what? I don't know. Next week is probably going to be so action-packed.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of mafioso that we got dealing with right here because they're lackluster.
I don't know. Marvin's probably not dead because they can't shoot. Can't nobody on this show shoot. Right. Period.
And it's the same guy that they sent up to the Catskills. It's the same guy that they sent up to the Catskills to try to.
Hey, Marvin. Hey, Marvin.
Marvin. Hey, you Marvin. What's up, Marvin? Bang, bang, bang. Listen, these dudes couldn't even get the hit right up in the Catskills. And it was just against Raq and Kanan. So we know that they can't shoot, right? So Miss Renee might not have gotten hit. If so, I hope that she did get hit. I hope Marvin pushed her out of her way or something. But if my real feelings are Renee is not with us anymore. She's gone to the other side of yonder. Yep. She's gone to the other side of yonder.
Yeah,
Lulu is at the studio And I'm so fucking tired of seeing this goddamn studio. Person who loves music and loves producing music, I cannot stand this element. I'm tired of it. Ziza's sitting on the couch playing with her hair or whatever, playing with herself. I don't know what the hell she's
reading
doing.
the Jive magazine, and he just going through cassette tapes.
And she's like, "You want to?" He was like, "No."
So random.
Yeah, she was like, "You want to?" He was like, "No, I don't." And she was like, "Any guy would kill to be with me." Well, they go find him because you get.
And that song is so. I mean, coming
It's
out
terrible.
of Ziza's mouth is awful. It's terrible. I
It's
tried to close my eyes when I watched it the second time
It's
just so
not
I
a
could
good
hear the
song.
song. I
Jukebox
was just like,
version
what is she
is
doing?
hitting. Jukebox version is hitting them chords, them strings, all of it is hitting. But Ziza's version, oh man, send that on over to
What
MTV.
is it? I just
Send that
don't
over to
care
MTV.
for
We
it.
ain't
I
gonna
don't
hear that on our
know.
radio. We ain't listening to that on our radio. And you put that on after Tracy Spencer. You put that on after Tracy Spencer. There's no comparison. You know, and we talk about in the era where crossover music didn't really play on black radio stations around that time. You know, Ziza's version of Bruise sounds terrible. So the song comes on the radio and they celebrate by having a celebratory fuck. And they decide that, oh, your song's finally on the radio. You've arrived. Oh.
What? Then what? Then what? What are we doing, Lulu?
Where your
What
next
you
hit
working
at,
on, Lulu? What are you working on?
Nothing.
Like, what are you working on? You don't have
killing
no
the
other
engineer.
artists in here, no beats, no nothing. It's just one
Yeah,
song.
you
unalive
unalive your engineer. So I don't know what you're gonna do for the next hit because she Ziza
But then they
ain't
got him standing there with Rock. Like, she was like, so the Italians want to meet with me solo. And he was like, yeah, that's what they said. I'm like, why they calling Lulu? Why they calling Lulu?
But you know
Lulu
what I
is
want Lulu to
PRN
do? I
as
want Lulu
needed.
to go take care of his brother problem for him. Because Marvin was there for him when he was getting burned up in that house. I need Lulu to take out those Italian hitters. That's what I want.
Lulu can't shoot unless he standing right next to you, peeing up against the club wall. He can't.
We know his struggling. We know his struggling game A1.
Oh yeah, he hands on. He got to be right up on you.
His hands on approach is A1. So
got to be right there on you.
Ox cord, and it's a wrap.
You know, give my ox cord, and he can handle the business.
Give him ox cord, and it's over with.
That's his new villain name. His new villain name is Ox Cord.
Ox Cord. So hopefully, maybe Lulu will take out Marvin's problem for him. Let's see. Let's see if he batter up. Burke is down to the station, and the captain calls her into the office. She looks at Howard and says, "You know what this is about?" He's like, "I don't know. Probably about overtime." So the captain,
I like that. I like that when he did that one.
What's up, DeMarcus? I've been looking for you. What's going on? Yeah, Ziza is definitely a one-hit wonder. She ain't even a one hit. That
one hit.
Yeah, that song was terrible, yo. That song was not hitting. Lulu will pull the strap out on Jimmy. Yeah, he need to pull the strap out, and hopefully he'll take out those. Can't protect nobody. He's such a bitch. I'm telling you, he's going to produce a litter of puppies. Y'all be dragging Lulu.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
I think Lulu's gonna redeem himself. I think he's gonna redeem. He got to let Ziza go.
Redeem himself too.
He got to let Ziza go though. Ziza got his mind all screwed up, and that studio got his mind all screwed up. He need to get out there and go.
I'm about to say, I think it's the studio that got his mind screwed up more than anything.
Ziza ain't helping though. She ain't helping. She's contributing to his degradation. Bert goes into the office with the captain, and the captain like, "Yo, didn't I tell you to mind your own business? Keep your nose clean, lay low. Top brass is watching you. And if I was you, I would make no moves because the big heads, they watching you, like you moving sloppy out here, whatever the case may be." She really didn't deny anything. All she was like, "Well, who told you that?" He was like, "I got eyes and ears everywhere. That's why I'm the captain and you the worker.
I'm in these streets.
Like, you need to go back to work."
I know everything.
She goes back and tells Howard it wasn't about overtime and continues to pursue what she just got finished told by her boss at this point. Her boss has told her now to mind her own business.
And she really pushing up on the wrong person because
She-
Rock is not here to play the radio with you, sis.
No, she's not gonna play the radio. She's not even gonna listen to one verse of the song. She finna take you up out of her. Rock is on the phone with someone. I assumed it to have been Detective Howard. I assumed that she was on the phone with Detective Howard. She was on the phone with someone trying to get Abraham released from jail. When Kanan is walking up, and she's like, I gotta go. She hang up the phone. Kanan is like, where we at? What we out here for or whatever. She's like, this our new house. And he was like, you mean your house? He was like, I'm good on the south side. He was like, I'm good with where we stay at right now and whatever. So she takes him in and shows him the new place. And they have a very interesting conversation. JOJ, what did you think about that particular scene with Kanan and Rock inside the house?
He was uninterested. At this point, he'd have been deceived so much that he really don't care what she has to say. His guards is up, and he's putting her on notice. Like, he really explained to her exactly, but I think the conversation goes without saying. It's like one of them things. What the said go was understood, don't need to be said. I think it was that type of thickness that was in.
I agree. It was very obvious in that scene that he was done. He was done with his mama. He was done with her lies. But I guess my bigger question is, why isn't he confronting her about any of it?
I don't think he got all the proof. I think once he has all the proof.
What do you mean he doesn't have all the proof? Yes, the fuck he does.
I think once it's definitive, he's gonna do it.
I think he waiting for the right time. I think he's waiting for the dinner table scene, not the exact dinner table scene, but I think he's waiting for something like the dinner table scene that we saw in book 2 to go ahead and drop.
Drop the DNA test like
go ahead and drop the mic.
Like Diana did with the birth certificate.
Go ahead and drop the mic. That's what I think he's waiting on, because he got all the proof. The image, the Palomar thing is iffy about Scrappy. I think he has all that he needs in order to go ahead and crumble her world. But I think he's waiting for the right moment. No, let's wait until we go to the dinner. Let's wait but there's nothing to lie about. You can't lie about what's on the paper.
That's right.
That paper
that's in black and white.
I think it's because she's his mom. I mean,
not Keke Palmer should have played Ziza. I think Tiana Taylor would have been a real
there you go.
Play. She would have played Ziza real good. I would have loved Tiana Taylor as Ziza. But she she's kind of like, I gotta thank for her. She would have been perfect for Ziza's character. I'm sorry, what y'all was saying about Rock and Kanan.
Okay, so Retro likes bubble butts. So listen, I just think he's afraid of her. She's his mom, because I really thought he was just gonna let her have it, just like way below the belt, let her have it, call her a filthy whore. Like, I really thought he was gonna go hard, but I also feel like her holding, saying just standing her ground, like she will not give up the information. She is gonna go down swinging with this lie about his daddy. I was like, wow, what good is it doing you at this point?
She's riding on the rims at this point.
But the boy, he's not a child anymore. He's had some experiences. You put him in those experiences. You trying to ride with this dude, you need to just say what's up. And then let him know this why we can't talk about it. We're still getting protection from being what's the dude that's supposed to be his daddy? DEFCON. We're still getting protection because from DEFCON. Like, basically people who know DEFCON still looking at us. Whatever she gotta say.
And now that I think about it, this might have been an opportunity that he was giving her to come clean. Y'all remember they were sitting at the fire and they pretty much was saying, hey, no more lies, no more secrets, whatever. And he pretty much was hinting that, hey, I already know. I'm really just waiting for you to say something. So it could have been that.
Still got nothing.
And that's probably why he didn't really just go in on her right then and there, which he could have, and he still can at any moment, but as we see, we get further on there, and she's looking at the bed, she's looking at the empty bed, and it's already running through her head.
Yeah, it's running through her mind right now.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
already
don't
running through her head.
understand why she just will not just talk with this dude. Like, he's not a child anymore. You've broken all of those childish restraints are gone now.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I think he's insulted. I think he don't trust her, and I
And
don't
he's
think he's
lost
ready
what's
to
left
hear
of
it
him.
yet because he didn't read the letter until he got back over to Fame.
Wait till
After he
wait
had-
till he find out that she's an informant.
But he kind of knew, but didn't really want to accept it. He still doesn't. After reading the letter, he still doesn't want to accept the truth. He's still trying to find a way to make it make sense to him, because even when Fame is confirmed, Kanan start KS, that's your initials. It made that must be death, because he knew right then and there, even before he read the letter, he knew right then and there.
even
But
with
still,
everything Jude was saying, though,
he's holding out hope. He's still holding out hope that something about this is going to make some kind of sense.
yeah, Jude didn't say, "Oh no, your mom wouldn't do this, your mom wouldn't do that." Woo woo woo. Jude said, "Your mom loves you." She's trying to say, whatever you hear, whatever you think
whatever
going on,
she's
it's
done,
probably going on, but she still love you.
Whatever
Just
she's
focus on
done,
That's
for you.
interesting. You said what you said, Retro, because he's still trying to make that connection, and I think the connection is, why would my mom be involved with a cop, knowing
Exactly
who she is, what she does, and she was with DEFCON? Where's the connection at? And I think once he find out that she's an informant, or she was an informant,
that's what's really gonna do it for him.
But that's that middle piece that he's missing. He's missing, how did y'all even connect? It doesn't make any sense. It's the old tale, good versus bad.
That's what I want to happen too,
y'all-
Dizzyville. That's what I was hoping to
connection
happen
hit?
in that scene when he went over to Detective Howard's house to spend the night. I was waiting for that conversation to ensue.
I didn't understand that.
How do you and my mom end up hooking up? How did you end up becoming my father? That's what's missing.
It's crazy because kids are known for their questions. Like, kids will,
but they can't give us that now.
That's what's missing. Dizzyville,
they can't give us that now.
On the head. That's what's
Yeah,
missing.
it's coming.
I agree.
It's coming.
That's
But
what's
they can't give us that. They can't give us that now.
I agree.
They cannot give us that now. So it's going to come, but they can't give us that now, because if they give us that now, it takes some of the air out of the balloon. So we gotta wait. But
No,
it's definitely
it's actually going to pop the balloon, because once Howard tells him, your mom was my CI. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. There's nothing that Raq can do
can't
to
drop
lie
that.
out.
So we can't drop that yet.
Yeah, once he
but it's
finds out that
coming.
his mama was a snitch on top of it, oh shit, no.
When he starts circling her and that.
Oh, you breaking up, Miss Honey?
Miss Honey, you broke up.
You broke up like Palomar and Kanan.
You wrong for that. Tell me you broke up like Palomar and Kanan.
Yeah.
Miss Honey. Uh-oh. Got some technical difficulties. I see Really B back is in the building. So Sal is down here at the bar. We see this Irish or Italian tradition where they're celebrating life and they're all toasting to Marco, or whatever the case may be. And the dude comes in and confirms that it was Dominique that was with Marco. And then they mount up and head off to the hospital to confront Dominique about.
I enjoyed a dialogue, man. I enjoy Italian dialogue. Just a side note, it was like, you show me where this cocksucker is. I enjoy it.
Until they start all that N-word talk. Until they start all that N-word talk.
I love how much Raq called them the N-word, though.
Yeah, they be
Raq and Marvin and Unique. They call them the N-word.
Nappy head and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm ready for all of them to be unalive. I'm ready for all of them to be unalive.
Yeah, the Italian mob is very racist.
Very racist. A muli. They muli.
Yeah, Moulignon.
That's what I said. Don't trip. Don't trip. When he started circling her around that island in the kitchen, I was like, oh, it's about to go down. It just did not get there for me.
That was disappointing for me because I wanted him to unload on her.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to unload on her about Scrappy. I wanted, especially when he brought up the subject of Scrappy, I was expecting him to say, "Ma, I know you had something to do with that. Be honest with me." Like,
Yeah.
especially when she gave
But she
him that
wasn't.
opportunity.
But I think she was waiting for him to say
She was
something.
waiting for it, yeah.
Maybe she was gonna slip another lie over on him, but at the same time, she was just like, "Yeah, you ain't got the guts to say nothing. I ain't gonna volunteer it."
Right. So maybe it was them testing each other. Like, I know you know something, and
Right.
so say something. And he was like hinting, like, I know, so I'm waiting for you to say something because we
Right.
both agreed that we weren't gonna do no more lies. At this point, they can't trust each other.
Missy, that's a good point. Maybe Howard probably did force himself on her, or at the very
don't think so.
or at the very least, use his position as an undercover cop to allow himself to have intercourse with her.
I think she was young and
I don't
stupid.
know if she was a willing participant, especially based off of her reaction to the whole Palomar thing. I'm not so sure she was willing to lay down with Howard. I think there's more of that story that needs to be told. Yeah, I'm ready for the Italians to go away too. I'm tired of them. They're boring.
I think they
don't have to have them in every Power series. It's not.
They're all boring. They're boring.
Next episode, they out of here.
Yeah, they up out of here. Unique gonna see to that. Unique gonna get them up out of here.
I agree. I don't understand what's the thrill of bringing the Italians into it. I mean, though I do like the Italian mafia,
element. It's just another element for
agree.
suspense. Oh, we have another threat to the family. That's all it is. They just need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
We got enough drama. We got enough drama. We got enough story to keep us interested and engaged without having those Italians. Get them up out of here. Yeah, get them up out of there. Let Rock take over that whole New Jersey network and just be done with it. Jukebox is at the house on the grill, burning all her clothes that Kenya don't borrow from Lord and Taylor at Bloomingdale's. She's having a campfire at the grill.
Yeah, she's
Kenya, what a bitch.
Yeah. Marvin approaches her and like, yo, what's up? And she was like, this is all the stuff that she bought me. And, I'm so glad that Marvin didn't use this as a I told you so moment. But in his mind, he was like relieved that Jukebox finally came to her senses about her mama. That, listen, your mama wasn't no good for you. I tried to tell you your mama wasn't no good for you. I'm glad you came to the realization that she's no good. Now, what she did. And so I really like that. Yeah, what she do. I really like that element that it was kind of a conversation that didn't even have to be spoken. Marvin realized whatever Kenya has done has hurt my daughter. Now we need to go see her about this.
He pulled up.
He pulled up.
Big body Lexus.
This is another reason why I thought maybe Marvin wasn't going to make the season. Survive the season was because it was kind of like the last thing he did was make amends with Juke, which was a really beautiful moment. The conversation he had with her in the car after he comes back from them shining Kenya's forehead, which was just right there. It's just right there on the screen. It was so good. Even the conversation he had with himself in the car about the little things he felt like he messed up.
The buzzwords, yeah.
Well, he is dumb, but I hit you. Like, you stupid, man. Such a good moment. And we've been loving all this season. I felt like, oh no, are they going to take Marvin out? Is he going to be the death for the season? Is he going to be the one to go to jail or get hurt? Like, I don't know. It seemed like he was ending something. He was neatening things up here and there. I don't know.
I know the old Marvin would have hit her ass back when
he was about ready to. He was about ready to.
Yeah.
He was about ready to.
But when you got out that car with the black pea coat on, with the bamboo earrings and the braids,
Dad,
and them butters on, I was like, yeah,
That's
back.
why Juke jumped out the car like that, because Juke was like, yo, he about to whoop her ass. He knew.
Yep.
She knew what was coming.
When she slapped him,
like that.
That was a flashback for her. That was a flashback. I know what's getting ready to happen next. You're finna get your ass whooped.
It was not about to be pretty at all.
He was like, Dad. Got up out there, boy.
Sal is at the hospital seeing this goofy, bumbling Italian hitman who's laying up in the hospital talking about, oh, I thought I was gone from here. Oh, my vitals are so weak, and Sal's just like, okay, yeah, enough of all that. Who ordered the job?
For you, Sal.
Right, who ordered the hit? And once he got that information, that was all he needed. He was like, listen,
I'm
this
pissed
man.
off at the fact that it didn't come out beforehand that he was actually the one that shot Marco in the box hit.
I guess
How would
they
he
knew
know?
at the end. I don't know.
He shot him.
I think they knew that though. I
Was
think they knew that
ballistics
from
a
the
thing
police
back
report.
there?
I think they knew that from what the police was reporting. That's how they knew there was another person involved in the incident from the witness.
The dentist survived though.
Yeah.
I don't know if
The
they knew they
dentist
shot him,
survived.
though.
The dentist told what happened though.
No,
Yeah,
they
the
didn't.
dentist
Right?
told what
He
happened.
was talking
Right.
to the police.
Right.
Right.
The
The
dentist
dentist
told
told
what
him.
happened. So I think
Yeah.
they knew that the whoever was with him was the person who was responsible for killing him. Because the dentist didn't shoot him.
Evidently, the Italians don't know anybody in the police department either. Everybody
They
in
don't
power
got
book.
the fact that they don't got an inside man. Right.
They
The
don't
fact
have an
that,
inside
but
man.
then again, it is New York and they're in Jersey. So it's plausible that they don't have an inside man.
That's a hop, skip, and a jump. That's right over the
You want somebody
bridge.
to find out what's going on. You don't find out what the dentist testified to, like told the police what their police they took from the homeowner.
Yeah.
It was odd, but I mean, it's necessary, like JOJ said, in order for things to move along in a certain type of way. But I was just so glad when they finally got rid of him.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to see him again at all. We got
I didn't
enough
think it was
bumbling
necessary.
idiots.
I didn't think it was necessary for them to show us them actually going back into the hotel room. I mean, into the hospital room and killing them. Like, we know what happened when he said he don't make it till morning to see daylight. Like, all right, we get it. I didn't feel like that was necessary.
I don't either. I didn't think
agree.
the Lulu scene at the studio was necessary. I mean, it just was not necessary.
I agree. Kanan is trying to find a place to stay tonight. He told his mama when they were down at the new house that, listen, I need a break from you. I ain't coming home now. I'm going to stay at Famous Place. And he did confront her about Palomar. They had a back and forth conversation about the whole Palomar situation. Raq gave Kanan her justification as to why she felt she needed to confront Palomar about that. He was like, you should have talked to me first. He was like, she was like, no, you the child. I don't have to talk to you. You know, I did what any parent should have done when they found out that, you know, an adult is having sexual relations with my underage child. So, no, I don't have to talk to you. Kanan pretty much tells her, listen, I don't have enough of you. I need a break from you. So we see him try to go back to Famous' house. Famous is either high and passed out, not answering the door or whatever. He ends up going to Detective Howard to spend the night. Detective Howard really didn't ask no questions. He let him come in. He grabbed the couch or whatever the case may be. I thought that was a real powerful scene, but I think we needed a little bit more with that scene. There should have at least been a little bit more conversation between
a little bit more dialogue. And he's not afraid of Kanan at all, is he? This dude shot you.
I know. You would stay in the house with me. You would not stay in the house with me.
I had tied some hands around his ankle or something.
I was thinking the same thing though. Like, shit, listen. I don't know where you're gonna stay at tonight, but you ain't staying.
You can sleep in the car, sleep in the garage.
Detective Howard's not afraid of anything though. He ain't afraid of Rock. He ain't afraid of G. He ain't afraid. Yeah, he ain't afraid.
He's so slow. He's such a slow moving target. He walked right past Juke on the street.
Yeah.
He need to retire.
Malcolm good gangster.
Yeah, I think Kanan was smelling himself a little bit because he thought that, you know, he has to remember that, you know, you're still a child in this whole situation or whatever the case may be. But, you know,
he really do think he grown. Like he runs up, like he pay bills. He was like, I need to clear my head.
But I do have a question. Why didn't he go to Famous's house that first night? I didn't understand that.
He did.
Famous didn't answer him.
Famous didn't answer the door.
Okay, my bad. I missed that part. All right, my bad.
Yeah, he didn't answer the door.
Oh, Famous was out getting high. Okay.
Or either passed out.
Basically.
Passed out. So you got Raq having this tender moment where and I really love it when they show her vulnerable like this, where she doesn't have her makeup on or whatever. You know, we see her looking at Kanan's bed, and you have to kind of wonder what's going through her mind right now. Like, I've lost my child. Like I think she knows herself that she's lost Kanan, and they're at a point of no return. I don't think that they're going to be able to come back from this. I don't see them being able to come back from this.
That's because she willing to die on that lie. She has to, but you know what? She has to die on that lie because if it get out that she's an informant, then
Yeah. So it's more than just protecting the paternity. She's also protecting the fact that she was a CI. So there's so much more at stake here than just the paternity of Kanan's father. Is in order for her
snitch is a snitch.
to survive, she has to keep this lie going.
Yeah, because I mean, the snitch is a snitch. They don't care when you did it. You could have did it 15 years ago. You know, I mean, being labeled as a snitch is a lifetime scar. You always be in jail, just minus the bars.
That's true. If these real mobsters, Marvin not dead, he's never gonna be safe. It could be 20 years from now.
Nah, Unique gonna take
Sal
care of that
grandson
problem
could
for him.
get you back.
No, Unique finna handle that.
Yeah, Unique finna take care of that problem for all of them. Marvin and Jukebox is sitting in the whip. They wait for Kenya to come outside. She come outside. Marvin said, "There she go." He go approach her and like, "Listen, I told you to stay away from my daughter. Like, you should have stayed gone. You've been gone all this time." And they have a conversation where Marvin was like, "How are you gonna sit here and talk about sin when look what you did? You left your child behind to go run behind some NBA player. Like you ain't holier than thou yourself."
Right, exactly. That's what I was
saying. She slaps the shit out of him.
As one sin bigger than the next, because that's how he brought it to her.
She slapped the shit out of him, and Marvin.
That made her so mad that he called her out on that.
Yeah,
that made her mad.
She was mad about that. They hit a nerve.
What's crazy was, like I said, we heard the clip between Jukebox and Kanan, but now seeing it, play out, getting more context. Remember, I was saying it's something different about Juke in that conversation. It really B kept saying her hair was back different. Her hair was back braided. Like she was in so much pain in she talking to Kanan. So much had happened to her that day. It was just when you go back and look at that, like that scene was perfectly done. Her energy was perfectly, and he missed all of that because he had his own thing going on. We saw so many real moments between with Juke, the character, the actress that plays Juke, when she was burning her clothes and she had those buckets of tears and she released them. Same thing when she was talking to her mom about heaven, when they confronted her and she was like, "Don't you want to go to heaven? I'm trying to get you into heaven, baby." And she was like, "It's something that will tell you that make you believe there's some place to go, so you'll do what they want you to do here on this earth." And like she was being so vulnerable. It was such a good moment for her. And I have to say, Marvin and Juke both, I like this season a lot.
Yeah.
And this episode with them putting it together would just made it that much better.
Dom didn't get killed by the dentist because the dentist ended up getting Marco's gun to answer the question that was on the screen. And he ended up shooting back at Dom, so Dom had to get out of there because he was about to get hit again.
Kenya is selfish. Kenya is very selfish. Speaking of Kenya, do we think that we've seen the last of her?
Nope.
No.
Nah. Nope, I don't think so.
What's left for her?
But she
said the same thing.
But we gotta have an ending, one way or the other. Either we see her leave or we see her die or something. Like I don't think that stays dangling. I think that's because I think they're done with that part of the story. So we gotta get an ending, I think.
So you don't think that last confrontation between her, Jukebox, and Marvin was the ending?
Nah.
Nope.
I don't think
maybe
so.
for this season, but maybe she'll
for
be
this
back
season,
afterwards.
For this season,
because they don't have but 2 episodes really. Yeah. And like someone said in the chat, they have spent a lot more time on Juke this season than they did on Kanan this season.
Yeah.
With 2 episodes left, I think it's going to be a lot more about Kane forward. So maybe we'll see her in season 3.
Yeah, I think we're done for this season. But if we get another season, which depending on what's going on with 50 Cent and Stars and all that other stuff, but just based on the show itself, I think we get another season. And I think that it'll be addressed. I just don't think we're done with it. Not
that she's gonna be a part of her mother's life again. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's a wrap. But I do think we get a conclusion to Kenya. Like, I don't think she just goes away again. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think we get something else. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Jackal, because I still think it's more to that story. Even though I don't believe what I believed at one point, because at one point I thought that maybe Raq did it, but I still think it's more to the story. Like, I still don't believe that I get it. People leave their kids all the time and for lesser reasons than that, but I just think it's more to this story. But I could be wrong, but I just think it's more to this story. Especially after the way she slapped Marvin. I just think it's more to the story than she was just chasing some dude. I really do, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I think they are filming season 3 right now. Yeah, I think they're in at least a pre-production.
Oh, it was renewed? Okay, my bad. I mean, I wasn't questioning whether it would be renewed. I'm just questioning, like, where are we going to find it? Like, where? Because I think doesn't Stars own... They own the old shows, but do they own the new ones?
Well, they may own for however many seasons that they've committed.
Okay, so 50 Cent just has to start new. Like, he can leave Stars, but the shows stay.
Yeah.
And then whatever new shows he comes up with. Okay.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I vote Hulu. I vote for Hulu.
I vote for Netflix. I vote Netflix.
I'm with you on that one. I say Netflix too.
I say Netflix because then we can binge it. But then again, I don't kind of like the whole. I don't know how I would feel about binging Power. I wouldn't want to watch a whole season of Power at one time. I kind of like the week by week element.
Yeah.
So maybe Hulu would be a good place for it.
Netflix is supposed to stop that anyway, though.
Yeah, they're going to experiment with it. I don't think for every show they're going to do it. I think they're going to play around with it.
They may do it with more popular shows, but I don't think they're going to do it with other shows because you have to also think about a lot of shows that come to Netflix are not shows that are in production right now. They're older shows that you get all the seasons for. So I think a new show like this, if it was to go to Netflix, I don't think that it would then. They would release the entire season. They may do like Peacock did with Bel Air and maybe give us the first 3 episodes and then make you watch week by week after that. To get you.
Part of it, it's a gift and a curse that with Netflix because that's the thing that people like about Netflix is that you can get the whole season at one time. But then the flip side is then people complain about it taking so long to get a second season. But I don't think people realize that. When you get a season of a show, especially if it's
the new season,
especially if it's 20 episodes. I mean, I know most of these shows are 10 episodes, but when you look at like a reality show or like even like a Law and Order, you're getting about 20 episodes. So when you space it out over 20 weeks, then you realize, oh, well, I'm only waiting about 5-6 months for a new episode versus if I give you 20 weeks of episodes at one time, you're waiting that whole 20-week window that it took us to give you that one episode at a time, plus the hiatus. So it's the gift and the curse.
Plus the ad.
Yeah, because people be like, it takes so long on Netflix. Well, the shows aren't filming any slower. We're just getting them all up front and we're binging it, and then we got to wait. And so it seems
a longer period of time between seasons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's the gift and the curse.
I don't mind binging.
Yeah, if they Netflix, I wouldn't review it anymore because you watched it all the way to the end. So it's no point in me talking about episode 2 because you've already watched to the end and you know who's gonna die. So it's pointless to talk about episode 2 because
as speaking somebody who reviews or I've done shows on Netflix, it is hard to review shows on Netflix because like you said, the people have watched the whole thing and you're still trying to do 1 week at a time or 1 or 2 episodes at a time, and it's like they're waiting. It's like, oh, we were waiting for the next episode. I'm like, well, you ain't getting the next episode no time soon because I got other stuff to do. Like, the difference with you binging it is you're doing one right after the other. If you're reviewing it, you're stopping. You're stopping. You're watching the show. You're stopping. You're taking notes. You're doing the episode. Then you got to watch again. It's a whole nother process when you're reviewing it.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that goes into that. So
absolutely,
it's a lot of work. So I think maybe Netflix is not the best home for it. Even though I like Netflix, I think HBO Max would probably be a better fit. HBO Max would probably be a better fit, and that will breathe some life into HBO Max because there's not really a lot of shows over there that's really their flagship shows. So I think HBO Max will probably be a good home for Power. New shows. At the very least, I think it'll be a great home for some reason. I feel like it'll be a perfect fit for BMF. It'll be a perfect fit for BMF. I think we will still keep Stars around as long as P Valley is there. We'll go back to Stars for P Valley, but I don't think that there's much left on Stars that would keep us coming back if that show leaves.
Star situation is turned out problematic. A whole article about that this weekend, so I don't know. No, they still got a lot going on there, but still.
No, Mr. Jacko, I'm not saying that at all. I don't think the studios, I'm not saying anything about the studios. I think people who watch us as reviewers, I think, and it's nothing even wrong with that either. I'm just saying, I don't think that. So I'm gonna use Xavier as an example because that's my boo, and he's one of my subscribers on my channel. Xavier binges these shows. Xavier will be done watching a show on Netflix before I even know the show is back on. He'll be telling me. So as somebody who has already watched all 10 episodes, when I start reviewing a show, he's ready. He's like, when you doing the next one? When are you doing the next one? And I'm like, I might not do the next one for another week. I'm not saying anything. Right. See, look at Xavier. He's like, we still waiting on blood. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that the studio should consider us at all. I'm just saying that it's a different dynamic when you're reviewing a show that they dropped the whole season at one time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So Kanan is over to Detective Howard's place. It's the morning after. He wakes up and he brings him some burnt toast. Burnt ass toast and some orange.
That toast was burnt the fuck up. Didn't have jelly on it or nothing.
It's the thought that counts. He tried to fix his son something to eat before
he told him. He said, "Listen, this is all I got.
This all I got. So this
all you get, right?" Listen. He tried to make sure his son had a balanced breakfast.
This all I got, so this is all you get.
Right. Had a meal in his belly.
That's right.
Living room. When Kanan said, "Where the back door in this place?" I was like, "Wow."
I don't know. He said, "Is there a back door in this place? I can go out the window if I have to." Like, I ain't going out the front door. You can't at the front door.
So my thing is, you ain't have no problem seeing people saying you walk in there.
Right.
Now twice.
Yeah, he an old school bachelor. He got
no girl. They talk about that day Raq saw him going in Detective Howard's house. Like, we still don't know that. And this so clear any of that up. I don't know why they had Kanan walk around with the envelope
all the time
as long as they did. An envelope hours and hours and hours before Kanan confronted Raq and still hadn't read the envelope. He talked to Juke. He didn't read the envelope till he went back to move in to Famous's house. It's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know.
I did see the chessboard on the table.
Maybe that's where he learns chess. Maybe that's where he learns the chess. Let me see if I can pull that up.
But that's a good point, Miss Honey, that you made about not figure out what was the conversation that they had the first time he walked into Detective Howard's house. You know, the second time, didn't he went over there at night this time though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So broad daylight, it would have been every bit of him right to go out the back door, the window, or something like that. You don't want to be caught leaving no house and no cops. So it probably was the best thing for him to go out the back.
But you know what? That's a good point, though, Miss Honey. That's a really good point. Why did they show us what that initial conversation was when he first went over there?
I wish they would have.
I wish they would have too, because that would have been the perfect opportunity to show him the DNA test then. You know, I think that was just a scene that wasn't really thought well, because all that was a scene for Raq to see that he was going over there. That was it. That was the whole purpose of that scene. But really, in reality, you would have to think there was a conversation that was had.
I mean, it has put us in if that was their intent, the writers, producers, it's put us in this place where we really It's left us to assume a lot. Assume a lot. We are at episode 9 right now, and we still don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. And we don't know how Detective Howard is feeling about all this. You know, sometimes you start this campaign for something and you think that this is what you want, but then when things start to unfold, you realize that it may be more than what I bargained for. So yeah, there's the chess set right there. So we, I guess it's safe to say that that's where Kanan learns how to play chess. Is from Detective Howard.
I mean, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
We're gonna see. But Detective Howard's like, I really didn't want to press you. He was like, but why you didn't stay at your mom's place? And she was like, cause she there. So, he's really starting to realize that, that is unraveling.
Is losing grip.
Yeah, that's unraveling.
And we're gonna see how this gonna all play out. Well, hopefully it don't play out with you getting shot again, Detective Howard.
Raq is at the grocery store shopping for ingredients to make an apple pie. That ain't nobody gonna be making apple pie. That's what I was just getting ready to say. That's what I was just getting ready to say.
There was so many scenes of her just being like a normal mom in 4-inch heels. It was crazy.
Really, me? Who she buy that pie for?
I don't know. I'm like, ma'am, your son done already told you he ain't coming home. Who are you making this pie for?
Maybe for Juke.
A whole pie?
Hey,
I think this makes her feel like a little person, like a regular mom.
Y'all ain't finna have no Sunday dinner. Ain't nobody
like
showing
the Sunday dinners. It make her feel like she's a real yard.
Listen, ain't nobody coming to Sunday dinner.
Juke and Marvin.
I guess Marvin to show up for some food.
That new house, like this
Marvin
is for us.
I say this food, then Marvin coming now. How long Marvin stay? That's another conversation.
Yeah,
but he'll come.
Marvin walking out the door.
I don't know who she making this pie for, but I guess
she might have apple pie, but he's not the reason why she making apple pie.
Right. Maybe she feel like that'll bring Kanan home. Maybe that's Kanan's favorite.
I think she just likes to look like a regular mom. Sometimes she likes to look like she's just, regular mom but her side hustle is killing people and selling dope.
Yep.
Cooking be the way she cope too,
Maybe that's her coping skill, right?
Yeah,
that's her therapy. She cooked these big meals for the family. But pushes up on her at the grocery store and say, "You and Detective Howard got a very interesting past."
I wish she would have shot her right in the face.
Oh man, she should have choked her right there in the grocery store.
Wound that bag of apples up and
just got told to leave people get
right.
Really, B had already said that. Listen, she don't follow no direction. She just got told to leave these people alone, mind your own business.
I'm just like I don't know. I mean, it's not at this point. It's not even realistic. It doesn't make sense. Like you literally, your job was literally just threatened.
Yeah.
And your response is you're gonna double down. Like you're not even sneaking around. I could even see if she was like, okay, well, I'm still gonna follow Raq because I think it's something going on. You're just gonna straight up walk up on her in the middle of the damn grocery store, like,
and tell her you was an informant.
Because it's not even so much about Raq saying something because she's probably not going to snitch to your boss, but anybody, like, who's to say that
harassment?
Who's to say that somebody's not following you? Who's to say that the Detective Howard, like, you don't know who, because you still don't know who went to your boss and snitched, so you don't know who told, so you don't know who's watching you, and you just bold with it. You didn't like sneak up on her, you ain't send her a message, you just straight up walked up on her in the middle of the damn grocery store.
I was like, y'all had a complicated past, a complicated relationship. You was just informant, right?
And then you called her a snitch. Do you know how dangerous it is to call somebody that you know is still in the life? Like, y'all know she's still out here selling drugs.
You
just go straight up and call her a snitch in the middle of the damn day. Man, what is wrong with her?
She should have been suspended. She been sat down, desk duty.
That's what I was going to say. She should have been
given like a time
or leave her absent. Yeah,
put on a beat cop. Like, what?
Is Burke related to sex? She might be, because Cooper Sex didn't stand down either when they told him to stand down. She might very well be related to Cooper Sex in some form or fashion, but she should be. She will at least be suspended, because he gonna say something. Rock gonna say something to Malcolm about this. It's like, "Oh, girl's still pressing. I thought you was gonna take care of that," and that's gonna be enough. I think next season we're gonna see Detective Burke sidelined. That ain't gonna stop her. She's gonna be like Knox. Knox was sidelined too, and he still kept coming.
Listen, this going on, and I'm family is really being squozing because it's so many things just like putting the pressure on him. Now Crown Body done showed up in the middle of all this birthday.
But what is the purpose of that? I was trying to figure that out too. Like, why give us that?
I think because it's gonna put light on the it's gonna put light on the studio. Remember, they found the card for Bulletproof Records, so now they're gonna be lurking around the studio.
But I also think part of that problem is, part of that is everybody keeps asking where Crown is, and Lulu tell everybody something different. I think this is also so everybody knows he's dead. Yeah. Like Lulu knows he's dead. But nobody else. Cartier, but like all his associates and like the DJ asked about him, the Jamaicans asked, like everybody is like, well, where's Crown? Where's Crown? So now that his mind surface, I think that puts the information out there.
He on vacation.
And he owes Cardi. He wants Cardi business.
She'll be just like how Greg Knox was, still trying to investigate the case, even when she's suspended or fired. So just because she gets suspended or fired, she still ain't gonna go away. I agree. She'll still be out there.
Matter of fact, she'll probably be more dangerous once she loses her job, because at that point, just like with Knox, she ain't got shit to lose now.
Still alive.
But my whole thing is Marvin and Jukebox conversation in the car. Is that Marvin's way of saying Marvin needs to just come out and apologize first off? And I think he was
trying she didn't want it though. She said she didn't want it though. Not right now.
Not right now.
But he said just hearing you call me dad was enough.
I know, but that's what he should have led with, is what I'm saying. He should have, Lulu finna be in big trouble. I don't know if they fully reconcile.
He's gonna snitch.
Yeah, when they start pressing on her, if they start coming ask her any kind of questions, she gonna tell everything she know. She ain't finna go to jail.
And if the cop asking a guy to pee, sure she gonna tell it.
Right. Well,
exactly.
She a ride or die.
She ain't no rider. She ain't no rider.
Right. She acting like she ride or die on his arm and everything when he go handle business.
Nah.
He just shook up the DJ. She on his arm.
She ain't no rider. She a problem.
She ain't no rider.
Liability.
Mm-hmm. Liability.
Yep. But everybody was flying this episode as usual.
Yeah.
So
the fashions are on point. They always keep everybody flying true to the era and whatever. And I just love the scene. I love the aesthetics. We don't talk about it as much as we used to, but that was one of the things that drew us to the show, is because it's so authentic with the cars on the street.
Did y'all see that?
Got the chrome BBSs.
Grape Fanta on a good old fashioned grape Fanta.
Or the RC Cola that Marvin was drinking when he was
Cola, Tahitian treat.
Yeah, Tahitian treat. They do a very good job with the props on this show. And
let's talk about rocking the attack.
That fur coat that Unique had on was fire.
Yeah.
That fur coat he had on was crazy.
Unique always have on nice clothes. He always be dressed nice.
He always fresh.
They always have him dressed.
Unique be wearing those Dapper Dan suits.
Dapper Dan, yep. That's what I feel like his character is loosely based off of. I feel like his character is loosely based off of Dapper Dan in the House of Gucci.
In the House of Gucci.
But him and
that being said,
Marvin have the way they carry themselves. They're just real kind of cool, kind of laid back, kind of sophisticated, little the elegant side with the leg crossing and the jewelry. Like they can pull some girls.
Well, we missed it last Sunday, but I guess we could start with our lipstick and laces, and we can start with Mr. Retro CG up here because he got the whole 90s vibe on today.
No, I don't have anything extravagant on today.
Lipstick and laces, so we can get
wear lipstick.
I love it.
I don't wear lipstick. Maybe some Carmax.
Carmax.
You can wear it. You just have to give it the right way.
I'm sorry, ma'am. There's nothing.
Excuse me.
There's nothing that can give me anything on lipstick. Okay.
Right. All right. Well,
that's how a man should get lipstick on him.
But as far as the laces are concerned, I just went with since Unique had on his sixes.
Okay, Mr. Big Shot.
I did the
What is that? A little saddle on the side, a little pocket?
That's satchel, yeah.
It's a little satchel. It's actually functional too. Yeah.
That's a satchel, yeah.
No, I don't know what I would put in there. Maybe my key fobs, my car or something.
Little pocket for your house key.
That's where you can stash the valve.
They glow in the dark too, so you know under black light they glow or whatever. I know you're not gonna be able to see that, but they glow in the dark as well. So that's my laces for today.
I like that little pocket for your house key. We used to have shoes like that back in the day where you could stash your house key.
That's a little too far to be reaching for a house key, but you know it's functional.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's just like those are like my MCM Crocs. They had a little pouch on them, and y'all made fun of me with my pouch.
Yeah. They did have a little pouch.
A little satchel, a little pocket.
Y'all made fun of my pouch.
Yeah.
What you got as far as lipstick, really, B?
Nothing. That's why I'm not on camera. I don't have one any lipstick today.
Let's see. I'm gonna represent for both of us.
That's right. Represent, Miss Honey. Represent.
So I have on Juvia's Place. It's a lip gloss.
Yes, Juvia's Place.
It's called She's Royal, and of course, I'm giving you nothing but royalty.
Yes. I don't have that one, Miss Honey. I need to get that one.
Really, really pretty, and it goes really good with the red lips.
I do like
lipsticks. Gives them a little sheen.
Yeah,
really pretty.
I like that.
Yeah, I do. I like the consistency of it. It's really good.
All right, Mr. Juggernaut of Souls, what are you doing with the laces today?
All right, well, I got on the dark maroon foam posits, what we call the peanut butter and jellies, you know, a little something to match with
they do look like peanut butter and jelly.
With the style gods, you know, a little maroon hoodie, beanie, you know. That's what I'm on.
Hey, Mr. Jack of Jordans, what do you got today?
It's looking like a NASCAR fan.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I decided to I started to be different and go a little bit more comfort, to go out of something different besides.
Oh, look at the cute van.
Skinny pants and some Vans.
Okay, like a skateboarder.
Something outside the door. I didn't want to do any Jordans today. I was like, let me bring something else out, something that people probably would never think I actually would wear.
Okay,
they still clean though. Still clean.
I got the yacht clubs. The yacht clubs are the multicolored ones. They pretty dope too.
Okay.
Still clean as a whistle.
Yep.
You know it.
Okay.
And wearing one of my favorite brands. I love this shirt, by the way. But wearing one of my favorite brands.
Hey, where them scents at, man?
Oh, scent for today?
You didn't mention the scent.
We did not mention the scent today. I am wearing actually something new today. I am on Yves Saint Laurent, Le Homme, YSL, Le Homme. And it's the parfum.
That looks like a shot of something good.
It's the Eau de Parfum. A nice.
I want a scent. Hold on. I guess I got to get my scent.
It's a nice, clean fall scent. So, you know, we got a lot of different things. Bergamot. We got some cognac. little amber.
Ooh.
A little saddlewood.
Okay,
This is really nice. This is a really nice scent.
And if y'all ever saw it, go make sure y'all stop over there on Retro CG page on Instagram because he started a little something called Scents and Kicks, and he's been doing it, and now it has influenced the sneaker culture to follow in his footsteps.
Okay.
Jack of Jordans, what are you wearing for your scent today?
I actually have on the anniversary edition Creed Aventus.
Okay.
Which is definitely one of my favorites. I do have that on repeat. It's definitely because I'm out here in the West, so it's still very. I don't care when you wear Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus is awesome in the summer, spring, winter, fall. It really don't matter when it is. Creed Aventus is awesome.
So I don't have an anniversary edition, but this is the Creed Aventus that he's wearing. And he's right. This is a very, even though it's an expensive fragrance, niche. It's not one that cannot be worn universal. So you can wear this.
It smells amazing.
Yes. You can actually layer this with other fragrances as well, but Creed Aventus is a standalone by itself. So it's a very complimenting fragrance.
It's a head turner. I get compliments from women and men. It's definitely a head turner. I suggest everybody get that, whether you're wearing the her or you're wearing the men's. I suggest they both the Aventus for her. Oh my God! But I definitely suggest that you should have that in your collection.
Yep.
All right, I guess I'll tell y'all. I don't have on no lip, but this is what I'm wearing today. This is from Molinard. It is a perfume house in France from Grasse when I was in France this summer, and it is vanilla fruity.
Fruity.
It smells really good, but it's from Molinard. You see right there from Molinard. It's a perfumery house out of Grasse. So I got this while I was in France.
Okay,
look at you, fancy.
Oui, mademoiselle. Oui, mademoiselle.
Pinkies up.
That's
Pinkies
it.
up,
Oui,
everyone.
That's it.
I know. Pinkies
It's
up.
not too damn expensive, DJ Fresh or Hottest. Go get you a bottle of the and this YSL. Go get you a bottle of it.
It is expensive. It is.
It is not expensive. I'll send you a sample, DJ Fresh or Hottest. I got you.
That cream was $500. It's expensive.
What's the other one? Pay now, pay later.
Afterpay, Klarna.
Yeah,
Afterpay. Right.
You put everything on
Klarna. PayPal do one too. Paying for with PayPal.
And you pay for your trips, your flights, your vacation, everything.
Clutch.
He said, "I'll stick with my Michael Jordan cologne."
Not Michael Jordan cologne. Oh my
God. Just go by Walgreens or CVS and get you some Stetson.
That shit smell like back toilet piss.
If you're gonna go for the basic cologne, at least get the Sauvage. Get the Dior Sauvage. At least you should be able to get that.
Didn't we stop wearing that for like
cool water? Just go back and get you some cool water. That's all.
I do. I actually wear the Elixir more than I wear the regular one. Actually, I layered the two. I'd layer the Elixir and
mix those in the atomizer, man.
Yeah, I layer both of them and create my own scent with the Sauvage line because everyone wears Sauvage right now. So with the Elixir and the Parfum, the Eau de Parfum, it gives me a new scent. And then I follow up with the aftershave. So I create my own scent with Sauvage.
Aftershave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, I do the body sprays and all that stuff. So, you know, I do all that.
I didn't know you shaved. That's why. You got that
cleaning this next to God.
You got that whole beard thing working.
Occasionally.
Okay.
Occasionally. Actually, since you're going to put me on blast.
I'm not putting you on blast.
Since you're going to put me on blast, what I actually do with the aftershave is put it in my beard.
See? Now it's a reason why.
There's a reason. There's a rhyme and reason.
Y'all in these beards. Anyway.
What's wrong with a beard?
I don't like beards.
What?
Damn. Okay.
Abort really be abort.
Ain't no
I
way
know,
you
right? Let me back up
That's
out
a
you.
whole
Ask,
other podcast.
Ixnay on the
question.
beer tag. Ixnay.
You asked the question.
That's a whole nother.
Wait,
That's a whole
hold
nother
up.
podcast right
CJ,
there.
you don't wear no damn
Support.
food water. Stop telling people them lies.
He
Back
showed
to
no.
back to
Stop
back
lying
to
to the chat.
back to some of these other messages. Support. I just saw the support gamer said I thought Lou was smarter than Marvin, but season 2 just proves me wrong each time. That's
That's all I'm
interesting.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
That's interesting because I still think that Lulu is smarter. I just think right now he's just being dumb.
that's the thing about it is though, when Lulu get a woman in his life, she becomes a distraction.
But Jessica was so much better than Zisa. And the
She
thing
was.
about it is that Lou know the game. It's just I don't know.
The
It's
biggest distraction is the studio.
Well, what did y'all think about the conversation between Sal and Rock? We didn't talk about that. What do y'all think about that?
Sal
Because
and
they
Rock.
both were right. They both were right.
They really, I mean, Rock had a valid point. Rock was like, listen, he hired him for a job. The job went bad. Shit happens. Like, this ain't no, like, he didn't put the bullet in your child. Like, he didn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, they live by two different codes. You know what I'm saying? So Rock is living by like, okay, like you said, really, V. He hired you for a job. The job went wrong. He's a grown man. You know which way this kid went. You know, but the mafia is looking for an eye for an eye. They really don't care about that code because they like, well, you put one of ours in harm's way. We got to take one of yours out in order for us to continue to do business. Other than that, we can't work anymore. And if we can't work anymore, I'm gonna kill your whole family.
Well, we saw that.
So they both was right.
We saw that Unique had pretty much brought the word back to Rock that Sal wanted to meet with her one-on-one, and she's like, "What's this all about?" And of course, you know that's when she finds out about a whole Marvin situation or whatever the case may be. But Miss Honey, what did you think about the conversation between Sal and Rock? Because I mean, I felt like both of them had good points. Is at this point, is really who's gonna best who?
Yeah, she can't kill Marvin for Marco. Like it's ridiculous. The notion of it's just ridiculous. They both have valid points, but is he crazy? Yeah, we're just gonna have to go to war. It is what it is. I'm not killing my brother because your son is stupid and a bad aim. Like whatever. But I think that conversation they had subsequently after that, when he was, you know, calling her out of her name and just like, oh, you're a dumb woman and you're a stupid this, stupid that, woo woo woo, who are you to talk to me? Like that whole montage was really what I think why we're getting this really clear view of who Rock is, because yeah, she is ruthless, but she has to be, because everybody looks at her like she's a weak link, like she's not, you know, she doesn't know how to run the game. She doesn't, you know, she's not a threat. She, you know, she's slow. Like they all, she's trying to prove to everyone that it don't have nothing to do with her being a woman.
So she really don't care, right? She really don't care. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that was a very good point, and it kind of brought it home for us, and it brought it full circle. These guys do her the way they do her, outside of the fact that she's ruthless. She is ruthless, but she has to be.
Well, Sal asked the question that we've been asking from day one. Why is she so mean or whatever? And I felt like her answer really didn't justify, or it really didn't give us a true explanation. She said, this is just who I am. But, you know,
I'm running a business. She said, I'm running a business. This is about business. You know what I'm saying? That's period. I'm handling my business just like you handling your business. I got to protect mine just like you trying to protect yours. It don't have nothing to do with me being a woman. I'm a boss, just like you a boss. I'm the head of the family. I still think that's parts of it, though, because
I still think it's parts of it, though, because it's kind of like she has to earn her respect because she's a woman. Because other than that, it's like a woman's playing. It's like a woman playing a man's game in their eyes. You shouldn't even be here. So she has to prove a point constantly of why she should be there.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, Rock should have took the offer." No, she shouldn't have took his offer when Sal first gave it to her, because that's how the game is played. You don't just jump on the first little offer, right? Like you don't just go kill your brother because this dude told you to. Like,
no, under any circumstances, whether Marvin right or wrong.
Yeah,
that's whether Marvin's right or wrong. You just don't do that
anyway. We knew that she was going to kill her brother for him.
Yeah, but for him to be so indignant, like you don't know.
He was very indignant with her. I agree with that.
You don't be the boss of me.
He's talking about something. I made you a perfectly rational offer to kill my brother. That's
Right.
rational.
Kill my brother.
Like,
That's
what?
rational.
Dude.
I
And
mean,
your son was a lame,
because
a known,
in
well-known
his head he
lame.
did. In
And
his
you
head he
admitted
did
that your
because the
son was a
alternative,
fuck up. You admitted that
the
your son was a
alternative is to
fuck
kill
up.
the alternative is kill the whole family. That's just the way the mafia works. It's like when you once the mob sit down to make you a proposition, they will always look at it as, well, this is what best for both parties, because
Yeah,
on the
and it's
other
going to
side
be
of
a
it,
whole lot more
on the
bodies
other
on the
side of it,
ground.
I could take your whole family out.
She could
And
take
that's
his
probably why
whole
he said
family out.
that's why he says either one. But if this mafia was competent at any point, which it seemed like the mafia that always ended up on power is never competent. If they was competent at any point, then the mob would win, because the mob is tied into multiple families, because it's the
What
That's
would
mafia.
be
right,
That's a
G.
whole
interesting?
different thing.
What would be interesting
But
to
considering,
see?
oh, go ahead, Retro.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good. Go ahead.
What would be interesting to see if they take out Sal and the rest of the mobsters end up being her soldiers, coming to work for them.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
I don't
That
think
ain't
it's
gonna
gonna happen either. They too racist.
They don't
But
work with black people like that.
yeah, that's why I was gonna say they too racist. But that would have been an interesting dynamic if they
And they
take out
damn sure ain't gonna
Sal.
work for no woman.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm
They
just
ain't
Yeah.
trying
gonna
to
work for
figure out when they gonna turn on Unique.
Yeah, they ain't gonna work for no woman, black or white.
yeah, that's true too. I forgot about
Oh,
that.
the
part.
mob. Nah, the mob not gonna. Yeah, the mob not gonna do it. Actually, they're not
He
working
to
for no
take his
women. They
boys
definitely
out
ain't working for no.
immediately for some go to the firing range and just learn how to shoot. Like, just start from the basics, from the beginning, dude. Y'all cannot shoot in this
Well, like they
gang.
said,
But that's
Marco was a fuck up, and he took a fuck up with him. Like two fuck ups trying to do a job.
I was about to get ready to say that too, because the mafia, they supposed to do clean hits. That's what they supposed to do, right? They supposed to, like, that's how they move. That's how they do with their business.
Yeah,
Is
I
they
was like,
make
where's
their
the
moves
piano
based off
wire?
of
Where's
that.
the ice picks? What are we doing here?
She said, "Where's the
Exactly. I
piano
mean,
wire?"
it's still questionable whether or not they got rid of Jimmy Hoffa. So just imagine, like, the mafia don't really they make cleaner hits. This was just sloppy. Dom shouldn't even been a made guy. This was just sloppy. But
Made.
in Sal's head, this was the best compromising thing that he could present in order for him and his
To
family, which
save
is
face.
the
For
mafia
him to
man,
save
to
face.
save face. Exactly. You put your dude put my son in the compromising position. If he'd have come to him with this, he wouldn't have been there. But really, the reality is, your son is a fuck up.
Well, this is
His
what I
son
don't
would have still
understand.
did it with or without him anyway, and still would have
But
fucked.
since he the leader,
But this is what I don't
the
understand.
boss,
Why wouldn't
he got to
Rock
do
lock the
something.
family down? Why didn't Rock lock the family down? Like, these are the things that she does outside of little things, like when she let Unique slide and all of that. Once you know before you go meet that lock your whole family down, Marvin to still be out there. That was did Marvin just go see Unique, or did Unique call for Marvin? Because Unique's phone was right in front of him. Like, it's little things that's just
thank you
weird
for the
to me.
super chat. We appreciate that.
We appreciate that, DeMarcus.
Giving up Royale, how? I don't know what that means. What do you mean give up Royale? How Royale get in this? I missed it.
What, just saying Warrell had more to do with it? Like, is that what you saying? Like they did D
Well,
Wiz?
what didn't have nothing to do with the hit?
I mean, I think that's what
DeMarcus is
maybe
more
that's what
so
he's trying to
saying
say.
that Rock just needs to get rid of him because he's playing both sides.
Yeah.
No, but he said Rock should have given
Oh,
up.
his time
I'm
coming.
not sure what I'm just not
Like,
sure
give it up into Sal in
But that's
exchange
what
for
I'm saying.
Marvin.
Like, based on what though? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
Because we need a body. We need someone to take.
The streets need a body.
We need someone.
But Warrell is his thing is, I lost my son. You need to lose a family member, because he even said, "You lucky I'm not." He said, "For real, I should be coming to take your son, but he's just a kid."
To take Kanan.
If Kanan was over 18, right? If Kanan was over 18, it would be Kanan that he wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way they work.
I mean, being totally
Streets need
honest,
a
I
body.
think at this point they probably didn't hit Marvin. They probably hit Renee, and their rule is no women, no children. So I think Buddy.
No, it's no women. No, take women off the table because they went to go kill Rock. and they went to go do the job on Tony D. So it's not no women, it's the kids that
Nah,
they
they
don't want
kill.
to take out. They kill
But they
women.
don't kill.
Oh,
They
they
don't kill
definitely
women.
kill
Women aren't
women.
in the business, so like they don't go after
Yeah.
wives. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, because Raq is in the business. Yeah, Raq is fair game.
Yeah, Raq
Mhm.
is fair game.
Well, episode 9 next week. If Raq hasn't circled the wagons, like if we're not on high alert, like it's everybody just going to the store and still going to get apples from the grocery store.
But I agree, Marvin, but Marvin should have known too. Marvin was in that meeting. Marvin should have known.
That's why I said that I don't like how they wrote him this episode. Marvin
Right.
should have been on high alert.
Marvin should have been laying low until he heard from Raq after about how the meeting went with Sally. He already know he got a mark.
Exactly.
You know he got a mark on him.
Instead, he's walking down the street in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, walking down the street, you know, like they're on a date with Renee.
Dark as hell.
You know, dark as hell on an empty street. Like, no, this ain't the best place for you to be parlaying at right now. Like, Marvin should have even been out of town. Like, Marvin should have been down in Baltimore or Virginia somewhere laying low.
Yeah.
Like how she got Kanan out of town that night after the shooting. Marvin should have been laying low, you know, waiting to hear back how that meeting went. I agree with that, really, B.
Yeah.
Mr. Jacko, you're absolutely right. I think Raq is cunning, but she's strategic as she needs. She's definitely cunning, but strategic, I don't know.
And it's like because she doesn't trust anybody, I think she always feels like people are out to get her. So like even when her own brothers are trying to tell her this isn't the move right now, we need to chill, we need to take like even it's like she doesn't listen to anybody.
Marvin is very impulsive and his movements are very impulsive. He reacts just like hiring the Italians. He didn't think about the repercussions of that. He didn't think that you know this is going to be something that might end badly for us. He's just a reactive person. He doesn't think things through. He doesn't think through the collateral damage. Now he's created a bigger problem for the family. Now the whole family got to be on high alert now, not just him, but Raq and Lulu and all of them got to be on high alert right now. She is a little bit narcissistic. And she does lessen everyone else's views in comparison to hers. However, I think in some respect to some of the characters, it's justified. You know, Lulu has shown us that he doesn't make the best decisions. Marvin has shown us that he doesn't make the best decisions. So when she kind of emasculates them, it's kind of justified. You know, but you know what she's doing with her son, however, isn't justifiable. So you know, it's kind of a half and half because some of her opportunities where she lessens other characters' views, it's required, it's warranted. But on others, I think it's just her being a little bit narcissistic and want control over everyone.
Well, like you said, season 1, we saw them meeting and talking all the time, like brainstorming,
strategizing.
Yeah. Now this season, you don't see it.
Yeah. Well, overall, I think it's a good episode. It's going to be interesting to see. So let's go ahead and put our predictions on the table. Do we think Renee is still alive or is she gone?
Renee dead.
I think she's dead too.
I think she's dead as fried chicken.
And I think that all the good that we've seen Marvin accomplish with the anger management, that's going to
about to go right out the window.
Yep. I think we're getting ready to have Savage Marvin again.
Well, maybe not dead. I hope she's just hurt.
I hope that she's hurt too.
And if Dominic can land with a gut wound, it's a chance for Miss Renee.
But you know what I said when we first got the introduction to that character. You know what I said. Usually, civilians in power don't last.
Fodder.
Yes,
they become fodder.
They become part of what pushes another character's story forward. So
I really don't have any predictions. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm excited to find out, but I just do not know which way this whole situation is going to go.
And Marvin about to go spray shit up.
Yep, Marvin about to go spray shit up. But I think our cliffhanger is, we've been going back and forth for the last 2 or 3 episodes on what we think the cliffhanger is going to be. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a cliffhanger. I think the big kill for the season is going to be taking out Sal. I think all of them are going to find a way to work together. Unique, Marvin, Raq, all of them. I think they're all going to work together to get rid of Sal.
I think that's interesting. I mean, I don't know how you come up with that, but I think it's interesting. I think it's an interesting notion.
It's a caper. It's a caper for the whole family to get together and acquaintances for all of them to get together and take out. Because it's too soon to take out Cartier. Obviously, it's too soon to take out Cartier. So now we're going to get rid of Sal, and Cartier's going to become the big threat for season 3. So they're all going to work together to take out Sal, just like they did with Milan, just like they did with the Jimenez. That's what they're going to do. They're going to all get together in episode 10. They're going to take out Sal, and they're going to take over his network. And Raq ain't going to have no choice but to give Unique that network up there in New Jersey because he helped take out Sal.
Yep,
that's going to be his reward.
That's his rise to power.
Scrap. I said that to Marcus earlier. I said that earlier. We were talking about that Scrappy's mom is going to have to be dealt with some way, somehow. R.I.P. Miss Renee. I agree. Scrappy mom is a liability. If they do not take her out, she is going to be a problem for the family on down the line.
Yep.
She got some nerve and she a snitch. She got some nerve.
I read somewhere that someone, not on this chat or this live, I read it on someone else's YouTube, that they think that Jukebox may take out Kenya. Do we think there's any credence to that?
I don't think
it's
so.
a possibility.
I don't think so.
Possibility.
Yeah, right. Renee is Gloria from Forest. I agree. Renee is Gloria from Forest. We finna lose her. That lady's gone from here. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing Juke take out Bert.
But what would be the reason for that?
She sneezed and Juke jumpy. Like Juke was a little jumpy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like she started a scripture and Juke was like, not again. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't care. Eat the last piece of chicken, anything at all.
She can go for anything. She crossed the street. She jaywalk across the street. Take her out. Run her over. Yeah. Anything. We don't need a reason.
That's crazy too, because we don't see Juke drive. Isn't that funny? She's so independent, but we don't see her drive.
She get around.
She like pulling the girls, but we don't see her drive.
She gets around New York.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, we had a real good episode this week. I think it really cleared up a lot of things that we foreshadowed that was going to happen. So I really don't know what's going to happen. I think Lulu and Marvin going to be on some Rockabye Baby bullshit next week. They're going to go take out all threats. I think they're going to have to work with Unique. If Unique doesn't take Sal out on his own, I think they're all going to work with Unique to try to get rid of Sal because he's a threat to all of them at this point. Because with Sal threatening Unique ain't going to sit down on that. Raq is going to try to figure out a way to get her son back, but he's gone, far gone.
Ain't no coming back.
He ain't coming back.
Not right now.
Not this season.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah, not this season, and maybe not for the first 4 episodes of next season. He's off. I think this is really what we see when Kanan decides he's going to branch out on his own. When he finds out that Raq was that informant, that's really going to send him out on his own.
Dare I say, he meets Breeze.
Oh God! You know we about to get drugged about that.
Dare I
Don't mention his name anymore because every time we mention his name, we get drugged.
All jokes aside,
I can't wait.
I do think this is where we see
Jordan
Kanan
called the Breeze.
This is where we do see Kanan come out and be it be more independent. You know, I do think at some point he's going to need his mom and they go kind of like bury the hatchet kind of, a little bit. And they're going to have that uncomfortable conversation. But, yeah, he's pretty much on his own. He's going to get his own spot. He's going to get his own crew or start doing the stuff of his own, link up with Marvin, whatever. Marvin listened to him, but right now he just need to be independent and kind of doing his own thing.
I think we're gonna stay.
I do think they go kill. I do think they go kill. I do think they go kill the Italians. I do think they go end up killing the Italians at some point. They have to at this point. I think they're going to be one, I think they're useless in the whole storyline. Two, they have to. There's no way of getting up under this unless they kind of comply to what Sal is asking for. So there's no
Which
way
we
of
know that
there's
they're
no
not.
money really be doing, which we know that they're not. And if they do get rid of them in Jersey, which I don't understand how you get rid of a whole mafia without another mafia family coming along and taking
I
you
don't
out.
get it.
But
I
if they
don't
do
think
get rid
Sal a
of them,
made man, is he?
he is. He's supposed to be a mob boss. But
No.
if he do, that does give a unique opportunity to lay low in New Jersey and do a thing in New Jersey and leave the South Side completely alone.
I think that's what's going to end up happening. I think that's
Yeah.
what's going to end up happening. And because he helps them take out Sal, I think they're just going to give him Jersey. Because Rock got her eyes on DMV right now. She want that DC, Maryland, Virginia area. She got her eyes on DMV, so she really don't care about Jersey anyway right now. She want DMV. And so I think
she want what Cartier got.
Yeah, she want what Cartier got. Yeah.
And I think Cartier is going to be
what she got.
Now I think pretty much now when she tell him no, that then we're going to see Cartier become a threat. Because Cartier looks like he understands the word no.
And he gonna try to take some shit.
I'm with was it Xavier that said, how do you buy into the drug? Like, how do you buy into it? No, you absorb her. Like, you're supposed to be the bigger boss. You absorb her business, right? Bring her into the fold. Like, for him to buy into hers, I don't know. This Cartier character is just, I don't know.
Well,
there is a monetary side to it where he could buy into it. He could buy.
I was about to say he could buy into it. Yeah.
He could buy into
for what? Like, get her some more spots?
No.
Help pay for the re-up.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm only pay for this portion of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay for this portion of it, and you go pay for this portion of it, or whatever. And this is how we can split it. So now you're not taking on the whole amount for the re-up. Because I'm taking on a portion of it. I'm gonna take on 30%. You pay the other 70%.
And then with them moving and reducing what they call risk, if he takes on some of the risk too, then that can buy into as well.
I mean,
I can have my people move this stuff in there.
Buying in on his
more resources. He can also.
He's just buying in on her load. That's all. He's just buying in on her load, so she can get a bigger load.
He can spread it. But he could spread that load out to, because he already got DC and Maryland and the DMV area on lock. He could spread that stuff out and it bringing in more money. You're spending less of product and we getting more money to all these other networks and these pipelines. You, by me buying into that, you just tied up the DC and you just tied in the DMV pipeline.
Right.
But I don't know nothing about drugs.
I mean, I don't know either, but it just don't seem like smart business.
I think he just wants her connect. I don't think he cares about buying her business, because he already said the reason why he don't do business in New York and New Jersey anyway is because it's tapped. I think he wants her connect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
And ultimately, he wants to move her out of the way.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think he's really interested in buying into her business, but I also think that because she's a woman, just like everybody, he's approaching it differently than he would if she were a man.
That's his sales pitch.
He didn't wined and dined her enough and taught her, taught her what he knows. And now he think he's gonna give her an offer she can't refuse. And she's like a good little girl. She gonna go along with it like, oh, really? You want to invest? Oh, okay, thank you. No.
Right. He right here passing out forehead kisses.
She gonna tell him to get bent, and then that's when you will see the other side of Cartier. Like, you'll see the evil part of it.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap us up for this week. We appreciate all our supporters. DeMarcus, thank you again for the super chat. Dizzyville, thank you Thursday night for your super chat. We appreciate you guys. Please like, comment, and share the video out. Please hit us in the comments because we want to continue these discussions with you guys. And if you guys have some theories that we didn't talk about, please drop them in the comments because we would love to talk about those with you. And we'll be back next week. Maybe we'll do another character breakdown. Maybe we'll do another character analysis this week. Maybe we'll do jukebox this week. How about that?
We were talking about that.
Jukebox gotta happen.
George and I were talking about if we did we could throw Marvin in with it, right?
Like, yeah, maybe we'll do jukebox. Yeah,
they gotta happen. That has to happen.
I'll get there. Well, we want everyone to have a great week, and we'll see y'all guys back next time.
Follow the Instagram page, TSF Entertainment.